Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls IV, and when I am done here, no academics throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
Welcome to my dream oasis. Located deep within the trenches of my mind. Make yourself at home. I'll be honest, on most other occasions that I've been here, it's outside of maybe a not so savory house guest, it certainly felt a whole lot less threatening.
You also historically have come alone. But here, as you tried to work with Reese to unlock more of her psychic ability that might have been imprinted within her by whatever Melisson had done during your battle back in Thrushmoor, you found yourself transported here along with all of your allies. And the five of you stand in this knee-deep oasis, maybe waist-deep for Cammy, looking down at the reflections of yourself in the bright, pale moonlight. Hanging in the night sky over the Dreamlands, the moon is massive here. And your reflections, bright and illuminated in the water below, shimmering and distorting. First, just feeling wrong. Nothing you could put your finger on, but just look at it and there's no recognition there. It's not you. Four of you seeing unfamiliar faces identical to your own looking back. One of you seeing a different version of yourself. One that you have become a good bit more familiar with recently. You don't share this feeling of detachment. The rest of the party does. Just a strange knot in the pit of your stomach, like something is deeply wrong with what you're seeing. And as these shapes started to twist, distort further, writhe and morph into something entirely different as they rose up from the canvas of the water. Who do we have here? Let's get a brief introduction. Standing in these night sands. We'll just end first.
Okay, I play easy, just a regular, normal human bard who is not excited to be back in this. Am I in a dream? Am I going to die for real? I don't know. Space again.
I'm Sully. I play Cammy, the e15 witch, who is currently realizing just how big her nose must be. I don't know if I was really aware of that before. Now it's like kind of glaring. It's like I can't look away.
Howdy, I'm Derp. I play Trey, the hobgoblin frontline fighter in full plate with a pokey stick, and currently across from me, coming out of the water, is the first good look I've had at the hair that was put on my head, really. And it's interesting having just seen my son and what a hobgoblin normally looks like, with the dichotomy of, like, that's not... Why am I looking...
This man has not walked past a mirror since he woke up in Briarstone.
I haven't.
funny.
This is the first like
It
legitimate.
never looked wrong to you.
Well, you
Yeah.
ever take it like you take a second.
Yeah,
we're
it's-
really
That's,
looking.
that's fair.
I think I'm the only person who actually got a good look at his own face from a doppelganger.
Yeah.
When we first broke up.
That's true.
I'm Colby. I play MD, our large, full orc rogue, whose facial expressions are normally very muted, very tame. He's looking at a reflection that has just a grin.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the dwarf ghoul ranger. I don't think this part is really about me. I think I'm just looking at a Lengul.
The rest of the party here sees these shapes rising up from the water, their edges almost blurring and distorting like mist or clouds, still retaining their shape, still retaining parts of their visage, recognizable features, though there's nothing concrete, absolute that you can point to. It's clearly still you, but different in ways you can't really describe. Marius, your reflection is the only one that does not move. Well, it doesn't rise, rather. Not moving is inaccurate. It doesn't come up from the water. You are not confronted with a reflection of yourself. Rather, you see your reflection, this lang visage, these green-scaled features, sink and spread like a drop of ink on the surface of the water. Distressing outwards, randomly, almost as if pulled apart, like a shadow spreading throughout the oasis, as you turn and see the rest of these rising up in front of your friends. Weiralai still stands on the shore of the oasis, looking towards the group of you, her eyes moving across each of you in turn, and your reflections as well. Clearly no hallucinations of yours. It is apparent Weiralai can also see these. But as she stands, still injured, her left arm having been removed entirely, she makes no move, does not call out. For the moment, simply seems to watch. These figures rise, dressed much as you are, adorned with weapons similar, if not identical, to the ones you carry, though wreathed in these pale shadows. And as they stand before you, each of you now looking not down to a reflection in the water, but into the dark yellow eyes of these standing mirrors, they reach for their blades. Everybody roll me some perception for initiative.
Rarely specify that.
And we don't have our dream stuff, and neither do they
You
have
do
our
not
dream
have your
stuff.
dream stuff. You have your regular things, and so do they.
So, for what it's worth, I do still have the improvised wooden shield.
Okay.
So the dream me also has a wooden shield for intents and purposes.
Let's go around from the left here. Marius, you're our starter.
I rolled a 19 for a 37.
Holy
You got a pretty
cow.
good advantage, I guess, not being directly confronted
When you're not
Yeah, it's
spooked.
by
kinda
one
looked
of
up, I'm like,
these.
oh.
Yeah, okay.
MD.
Can I call 6? Rolled a 1.
Oh.
17 total.
Woof.
We're really close.
37. 17.
We really want everyone to go between us.
How about you, Trey?
32.
32. Cammy.
16 on the
I
die.
got a 5 on the die.
Up
That
and down
makes
and
me
up
21.
and down.
Yep.
What side do you want to be on, Easy?
I'm going to be on the left. 14, so 29.
That's solidly the
Middle.
middle.
Like-
You know what? My
Middle-ish.
One of my favorite
Middle
class
left.
feats is after you. Because then I won't have to roll. I can just
Yep.
say I'm last.
Let
It
me
takes the
arrange
RNG out of it.
Yeah.
But it also
all
means you can
these
get one.
fellas
At
here
least I got time to
on our
read.
map.
You know?
I don't have
Should
cool
take one.
tokens for these. This is a
Everyone
woe that's
is
just
in
kind of
phase
happening.
range.
I do have a cool token for Weiralai. And let me roll some initiative
Everyone's in your
for these specters of the pond. What did you get, Cammy?
I got a
not
21.
quite.
They got
One
22.
step.
Oh, that's rude.
That's good.
Which does mean
This
that as
is
they
cool.
rise up and reach, Most of you react quickly to this. They are not particularly fast. And I'm going to give you a little more information before we start going here. This encounter was a woe last week from Eroku-san, which originally I was going to run as one of my potential cases for critically failing the ritual. That is functionally a swarm of animate dreams. But today, before our show even begun, Mr. Foxhound, sir, gave us another woe. So with that, this is going to be a little bit different than I was originally planning. Marius, with no reflection in front of you, yours dispersing throughout the water, darkness reaching towards the edges of the oasis, you see whatever these things are. You seem dangerous, hostile, and you are very quick to react to this.
I do have
So nothing else is my turn.
Yeah. Oh,
two,
well,
two questions.
I have two answers probably.
Non-trivial encounter.
Non-trivial encounter. Ooh, non-trivial encounter. I was so distracted by re-woeing things, I forgot about fun time.
Yeah, fun times. So
You can roll. There's no reason.
Yeah.
I guess you can roll. Go for it. It's not like
so
you're
it's a non-trivial encounter, and also I'm gonna spook myself.
Go spook
Battle
first.
cry.
Spook first.
Battle
Give
cry.
me your battle cry.
As part of initiative.
Oh,
19 on the die.
You're not gonna get
Okay.
scared off by
So-
yourself.
36.
36. 36 is a critical success.
Frightened 2.
Frightened 2 on the Spectre of True.
And I'm just looking at
Reflection of
myself.
Prey.
12 on the die.
All right. Marius.
Can I re-roll that?
No.
I think I
Oh my
am
God.
going to hunt prey on the. Let's go the Spectre Tray.
Okay. Spectre Trail looks pretty spooked right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a little bit of movement first. So I'm going to kind of move away from Spectre easy, and then kind of just move outward just to get a little room.
All right.
Yeah.
You splash through the waters towards the edge of the oasis, not directly towards Weiralai, but nearby on the shore as she watches you.
You know
move.
what? He can do that for free.
Okay.
Surge of speed. Make a move action once on your turn.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. You have 2 actions left when you get there then.
All right. I'm going to.
That's
do
that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. It's just play it on a creature's turn. They get quickened to make one move action.
There you go.
All right. I'll a deadly strike first. That's a 14 plus 18 for 32, I think.
32 with the frightened 2 is a critical hit.
Let's go.
Wait.
Whoa.
No, it's just a 30 with the penalty.
30 is not a critical hit.
Oh,
30 is a hit though.
But I do
But
get
we
the extra
learned
damage.
something.
So
Math.
that's 7 plus 10 and 14.
14 points damage. As your arrow strikes Trey's reflection here, strikes is perhaps a poor choice of words. You see the point of the arrow fly true and into the body of this hobgoblin shadow, where it slows but does not stop as if it were hitting something solid. It slows and falters, coming out the other side, tumbling, passing all the way through its body with no clear wound, drawing no blood. It does resist that piercing damage.
Okay. If when I do a flurry, that adds it together for the purpose of
Yes, it
resistance,
does.
right? Okay.
Flurry is a great counter to exactly that happening.
I will do 2 more shots. That's a 14. Plus 12.
26 will absolutely
26.
hit. 1 hit.
And the other was a 2.
1 hit. Ooh.
8.
Spicy numbers.
And 11.
11 points of damage. All right.
Spicy.
These 3 arrows fly across the oasis. His bow singing as they launch. This is... Your waking bow is still the hunter's anthem, so you still have these sonic shots loosing across the oasis as we come to Trey. You yelling in the face of your mirror, you see these arrows flying in and around him, tumbling and slowing, but not sticking.
I will... Is this difficult terrain?
Too cammy, but not
Okay.
deep enough to be difficult terrain to any of the rest of you.
I was going to make sure because I want a 5-foot step into the
God.
center of everything.
Wait!
Everything's in reach now.
I really am the victim.
Just
There are downsides to being small.
Only downsides to being small.
You can squeeze into tighter spaces.
You can
more.
get a tiny
Yeah,
hole.
you can
yeah.
just-
No, that makes
I
a
went
difference.
in a barrel
You
one
don't have
time.
to, you don't have to bend
And the
over to
whole
get to
time
the
it was
bottom
like, you better
shelf.
watch out.
You don't have to bend over to get to the bottom shelf.
Yeah, that hurts your back after a while.
Like,
Like
you have less risk of heart problems. Like,
There you
You're
go.
right. I'll never have to RP like a really bad lower back pain.
I don't have to argue that either. It's real life.
Sorry, keep
taking
going.
the center
I
of the
just-
oasis.
So stepping into the center, everything's now within my reach. I cannot dual-handed assault because I have a
You have
not
a shield.
buckler.
It's true.
So instead, I will raise my shield and just stab out at myself, intending to keep the lament up. As
It is
I
frightened
lash
too.
out.
It's a solid poke.
18 on the die. How would you like
I'm sure it's no universe.
39?
No. Oh. That's pretty close to double crit. Like, that's
Oh my god.
not a thing, but would be neat if it was. Spider-Man.
That will be 24 damage and
Okay.
clumsy 1.
Alrighty. Now
And that is
again,
move,
still
raise,
piercing
stab.
from your spear. You face a similar problem. Effect you've encountered often before, but a little different. This is not a specter or a ghost. It's not wholly, at least fully incorporeal. You feel resistance at the tip of your spear. It's as if you were striking into water or something similar, but nothing solid that you can properly find purchase on. Easy.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm too close to myself. But I'm going to look around and I'm going to be like, okay, well, not another doppelganger. They look like us, but a little stranger. I'm thinking of my doppel friend Delman, and also thinking of our Captain Skywind. So I hope we get out of danger. And I'm going to inspire courage. And I'm going to try to lingering performances.
Go for it. You guys are 9th level.
Okay,
DC
it's a natural
is
20.
Oh my
20.
god.
So 4
Yeah,
rounds.
he doesn't care what the DC is.
The dice are scared.
Didn't ask.
They're showing up. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll also be like, well, these are bad copies of us made like plaster. They look like us, but we're faster. And I'm going to cast Haste on Marius.
Ooh.
So,
Let's just really buff Mark.
We send Marius to the moon.
Let's all stack in.
I mean,
The one
that is
who's
a valid
barely-
strategy. Is super
can't
buff
really
one
hit.
person.
I'll see you on my turn. I got you, brother.
So feeling this courage and this speed surging through Marius, the reflections all start to move. First, the reflection of Easy here. As you rattle off your funny little rhyme, as you've done many times. Ooh, that's a thing. I wonder what kind of a thing it is. Oh, it's a resub. That's not a cool thing. Oh, that's a really cool thing. But it's not. I can't hit you with that. I can't hit you with them resubbing with
Whoa.
that. Train.
Oh, we got a hype train. Well, you've never seen
Is
a
that
hype
the
train?
first time I ever got a hype train on the show? I think it might be actually.
We got our first hype train? What do we do?
Yeah.
We don't do anything.
We roll faster.
Roll faster! It's their turn. The reflection of Easy
Haste on
looks up as you cast your spells, and as your voice rings out across the oasis, you see your mirror. It's more like looking into a reflection. It does the same. But the
No.
sound that comes forth is not words,
It's like
Wait,
deja vu.
what are the...
So much-
Do you do manipulate?
as just a sonorous is
cast it,
literally
yeah.
just verbal. So much
Well,
as
if
a...
you play an instrument, it's manipulate, so...
Ah.
Yeah, he does not. He just opens it. Well, he doesn't play his violin. He says
Yeah.
funny words, but so much as a low-pitched, sonorous sound. It doesn't sound like speech. It doesn't sound like language. It doesn't sound like a melody. It rolls out across this, and you can see the other 3 reflections all bolstered by this voice, whatever it is. And then it is going to simply lash out, raising a hand as if to strike towards Easy.
I don't do that.
But it stops short. It comes out like almost a throwing motion.
I haven't done that in a while.
And you feel something in your mind. Make me a will save.
Oh,
Do you know what this is?
no, I thought it was going to be projectile. Okay, 15 plus 17 is
32.
32.
How do you know?
15 and 15 plus 2.
Oh, he did say his modifier. I was, I was just like, how do you know his modifier?
Oh, I thought you said, how did you know what the 2 numbers put together?
No, I didn't. I missed Kevin saying his modifier. I
it's
thought that
called
you
math.
just like had like his will save.
Well,
Is
I
it
have
not-
everyone's ACs written down.
That's true.
What's
He's
my
he's
save?
got a
Your AC?
he's always got stuff
I don't know
ready.
your save.
He has the collection.
Well, it's relevant to me because I have a reaction
Yeah.
based on people's AC.
Yeah.
This voice almost seems to leak into your mind, intermingling with yours in a disharmony that throws you off kilter. For a moment, at the end of Easy's rhyme, where you expect another line, instead, incoherent babbling comes out. You are stunned 1, but fortunately, with focus, able to ward off the worst of these effects, because make no mistake, that could be much worse.
Oh.
MD's reflection
No.
first steps forward through the oasis into the group, getting close to as many people as it can. It comes up with seemingly 2 hands swinging with veiled weapons you can't truly tell the shape or form of. Its movements are twitchy, erratic, almost unpredictable, and just being within its reach makes it difficult for you to focus on how to defend yourselves. Everybody in melee with the reflection of MD is flat-footed. And then it is going to lash out towards its reflection. You, MD.
Want to deny advantage that? I want to say no. Stop.
It's simply an aura. It is what it is. You're not actually. Oh, you are kind of like extrapolated flanked, but it is not a. That's not a thing. That's not what's happening. You've
It's
never.
still going. I feel like we should be excited, but I'm
Sully's
scared.
getting so excited about her hype train. She's his first hype train experience. She's
I'm
never seen one
experiencing a
before.
lot of emotions.
You get to see things. It's
like, this is
cool.
so fun.
It's because we
It's
get a
so
bunch of
exciting.
subs at once.
And then
Everyone
it's
so
like, are you
supports us
hitting
at
me?
once. You
Are
get
you-
cool things. Buffed by the strange warbling song from the reflection of EZ, it's going to get a 29 to hit you.
Oh,
29
God.
does hit.
29 does hit.
Why did I do that?
Give me that. Give
I
me
want you to know
this.
I'm immune to
Bad.
precision damage.
Well, good news, not
This
doing
is
any
really
precision
bad,
damage.
you know?
Okay.
It doesn't actually have sneak attack.
I've just letting you know that I am immune to precision damage.
That's fair.
You've done enough.
Don't
to me.
lie to me.
You've done enough to me.
It took him long enough to get there.
Good news.
120 damage.
Relative low roll.
Only 34.
17.
Oh, I was
Oh.
twice.
17 points of pure
They're
negative
not intended
damage.
crits.
As these reflections of weapons lash out towards and around you, you feel the pain from the strikes, but see no wounds open on your body. You feel the bite of these blades, but it's off. It's different. Swings again. Natural 20.
Okay,
No.
cool.
Uh-oh.
Wait, I'm gonna use this hero point card from Jaded Tempest. My good friend, Grazing Blow. It is a success instead.
Hey!
That's good. That's really good.
That's a good hero point. That's
Thank you.
one of the
Just
stronger
as-
ones for sure.
As I see the attack coming in, I get down real low and just kind of graze it off my arm, my good arm.
And grazing it off even lower, 15 points of negative damage on the second swing.
Stack right now.
The third here, the Shadow of Trey, is going to step diagonally up alongside this reflection of Cammy, moving over to form a line almost defensively. Some kind of a long weapon whirling in its hand as it lashes out towards its spear at Trey. Now it is still frightened too, so even enhanced by
It's frightened too, and I've got
the
my shield
support,
up.
it's got an uphill battle here. Ooh, all right, math. Okay, so that's a wash. So it's gonna be a 38 to hit.
That is because I'm flat-footed. That's exactly a crit.
Because you're flat-footed from the presence of MD Spectre. They have set up for the perfect blow.
And I will.
That's the one that's a way higher damage
I will
roll.
shield block it.
It's probably smart. Probably do. Goodbye, small shield. We
It's
knew
just
thee
a
well.
wooden piece
It is
of-
it's a barrel lid.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh,
Okay.
50.
That's not that bad.
50 points of negative damage
It's not that bad.
from this strike as it lashes out from reach here. And seeing this decisive blow, follows it up with a second one. I rolled one lower, and then it's 5 lower, so 32, which would be certainly
Just a
a
hit.
regular
Yeah.
hit. Ooh, I like that actually. Arcadis is having thoughts. Math. 27. Even higher roll. 27 points of negative damage. And finally,
You
we-
managed to get me below half.
we have this blatant reflection
You'd
of
be dead.
Cammy here. This reflection of Cammy is also stepping back diagonally, taking a move to just duck back behind Trey, behind the reach of this spear.
Gosh, she knows me.
See her put her little hands up, and smoke whirl up from the surface of the water, whirling around the reflection of Trey as it heals.
Oh no!
Man, I am annoying. That would suck if people were doing that while we were fighting.
Oh, no,
I didn't even realize how much of a nuisance that would actually be.
Oh man,
Healing
we
it.
almost got him. Oh no.
Yeah,
Healing it for 27.
That isn't one.
she's good too.
Unfortunately, it is now time for what I like to dub kill the one in the
Where
dress.
did we end up on the hype train? What,
Received a
what was
level
the,
1 hype train.
What was the final
Hype
level?
train complete a level 2.
It was 2?
Yeah.
All you guys roll a d20.
What?
I'm gonna start doing
Get
this because it's gonna
presents?
be cool.
Christmas?
I'm gonna give you guys
I got a
presents.
9.
This is Arcadis'
Christmas!
idea, and it's a really, really good idea. We'll definitely do it going forward.
Okay.
So whenever you
Arcadis
guys
just said that?
trigger, yeah, this is Arcadis' idea. Full
That's
credit.
a
I'm gonna
great
give
idea.
He sent this over while I was rolling there. Whenever we get a hype train, that's I think the first one we've had here. Whenever we get one of those, I'm gonna have everybody roll. What did you guys get?
You got a 4.
Sick.
Got a 10.
10,
9.
9,
15.
15.
6.
So 15 and 10
Yeah,
are highest.
yeah.
Hero point for Cammy and MD.
Hey.
One hero
Hey,
point.
that's so fun!
One hero point for each level of the hype train that we got to when it ends. From all of you guys in the chat for giving us that. Thank you
That's
guys.
a very cute idea.
I like
That's a really, really good idea. We're definitely going to do that from now. At least I'm going to do that on Strange Aeons. And I'm sure Corey will do it on Secrets Between the Stars too when I tell him.
Yeah, no, that's
We'll do that
excellent.
for hype trains. I like that.
I'm just gonna mark it down as from chat. Thank you, chat.
So as we come back around to Cammy,
I get a thing. Their turn has ended.
their turn has ended.
He
They-
takes 6 mental
He
damage.
takes 6 mental damage, and he is just going to take 6 mental damage. He ain't going to resist that one.
And he's frightened 1. And
Yep.
as long as I keep hitting him, that won't go away.
At least putting back some of the damage that had been healed by the reflection of Cammy. 2 of you have been stricken by your mirrors, MD and Trey. And at these blows, again, it's negative damage. It's not physical at all. There's no visible wounds on you. Make me a fortitude save, each of you.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
A 26.
26 total?
Yeah. On a 6. That's pretty good.
26.
I got really good at fortitude saves.
It fails by 1. No. He's, well, okay. He would have been, he was frightened too when he hit you.
Yes.
So that would be the DC. That would be the exact lethal.
Well, okay, because if not, is what.
Yeah.
You get a hero point anyway. You can
Well,
make
now I
some
get to keep
pizza
it.
bees.
Pizza
Pizza
bee.
bee.
Pizza
Yeah.
bees.
Pizza bee.
That's mad.
Would have been frightened too when they hit you. So
Oh, warding sign. Quick, draw a butterfly.
Draw a pizza bee.
both of you, as you are struck, don't just feel the pain, but you see a series of flashes. Almost as if your life flashing before your eyes, but it's no life that you remember. It's a terrifying series of visions. Pieces of the asylum, nightmares you visited before, nothing new to either of you. And in the heat of combat, you're both able to ward it off. Cammy.
I don't feel good. Like, physically.
Oh, okay.
I like this a lot. This second, well, I made each of them do something, and I think that's I like this. I like this setup.
Oh, wait, is that the second woe?
They were just animate dreams. I was literally just going to run it. It was just going to be
Oh, but now they have
one
our
of the
stuff.
encounters from the
Yeah.
critical ritual failure. Now they all have.
I just put that
they
together.
all do. The
That's
second woe.
sick.
The second woe is they all do something.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm scared of
They're
this.
functional
But I don't.
now.
You should flip the token so they're
Okay.
actual reflections of us.
Tell me how many I can get with
Horizontally.
that. Let me tell you what I'm doing with the front of my turn.
Hit me.
I have somebody run it crunching some numbers here.
All right.
Okay.
Your accountant's
But you know
at
what
work.
I am gonna do? Is
2.
Okay, I didn't know if I could get. Okay.
2 is come back.
Okay.
The calculator
I
says
could
2.
like- I could like.
Let me read that instead.
Yeah, go for it. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna do that one. But anyways.
3.
You know what huh?
3.
How do you do that?
You move northwest of the MD and then fire in a line heading down and to the right, and it hits in 3 groups of 2. That would include all 3 of them.
Sorry, Marcus. I was going to say.
A line?
A line that could hit all 3 of those with the way that
don't-
line effects
They're
are count.
not in a line. You can hit the reflection of MD and then either of the ones in the back.
Lines are weird.
It's fine because here's what I'm gonna do. Put me back. Because what I'm gonna do.
I'm just explaining
what
how
I'm
that-
gonna do is I'm gonna do what I promised.
Okay.
And that is I'm gonna buff Marius.
All right.
So hard for Marius. I kind of like look over. I'm splashing in the
Stoke
water.
the Heart's verbal?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just saw that they're
We got buffs-
resisting to my
buffs for
attacks. I
days.
don't know why I'm getting
They
all of
resisted
these.
everyone's attacks.
I
They're
didn't.
wet.
I didn't like that you asked me that, sir.
You're standing in front of a fighter clone. What do you mean?
I think you're gonna ask me that again for the second half of my turn. But this is a silly homemade card. I didn't write that down, so I should probably cast this one.
Okay.
I am going to looking towards the ghostly Trey, the ghostly Cammy, and even more terrifying, the tiny ghostly Greenie that I don't know if you can see on the full map, but when Arcadis blew it up,
It is
you
on the
could
top
see
of
it.
the token. There's a specter Greenie with a little yellow. He's got his own little yellow eye.
And I am going to kind of instinctively, I found myself on the front lines. I am between MD and Trey. Just kind
You're
of
between both MDs and both trays. You are surrounded
feel
by
good.
MDs and trays.
I am claustrophobic. I'm going to wince and put my hands up, and that is going to shoot a ray of negative energy towards Trey and myself. That's enervation.
And as you go to fire that, the reflection of Trey in front of you whirls back with this long weapon it has, swiping it down towards you in front of him. It is going to trigger The attack of opportunity.
This would do
Yes.
damage.
Would you
This
say
will
that's about to hurt
absolutely,
me?
he is
Okay.
hitting you in the face. It will do damage.
Okay. I'm a little stressed.
It's DC 11. Oh, or are you doing?
Oh,
Ooh.
what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, they both can happen. I would
You
probably
can't
do
have
the other
trigger
one.
2 reactions.
No,
on
I'd do the
same
other one
attack.
is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Don't hit me. Sorry.
You saw how hard I got hit.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a 1.
The hype train. I would like
There's
to.
not a critical failure on that.
Yeah, but it's-
like to thank fans, the people in chat, the people, the
voices.
chef. I would like to roll again. So close.
Is it 10?
It's a 10.
Oh,
It got 10 times better.
you hate to see it. Oh, well, he's frightened one.
What's the total?
33.
Crit. No.
That is a crit because of flat-footed.
Because of
She's
flat-footed.
flat-footed.
I will Guardian's Deflection,
Please.
negating the flat-footed.
Oh, good.
So a regular
AC
hit.
24 normally.
Hey, both
I
trays.
saved it for
Thank
this.
you.
Both trays doing their best to protect their children.
Well, I couldn't even run away if I tried. I'd have to
You
splash
can't step.
around
You're
in
a
this
difficult
puddle.
trade. He just whack you while you're splashing around.
But you don't lose the spell.
You do not lose a spell because it is not a critical hit.
Good.
All that happens is that you take 25 points of negative damage.
Honestly, that's not as bad as I thought. It's bad.
I
Bad.
don't like
it's
it.
not as bad as I thought, though.
And then your
24,
spell
25.
25. Yeah, frighten doesn't affect damage. 25.
Okay.
The one thing it doesn't.
And then your spell resolves.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank
On
you.
the stack.
It's so generous of you. Oh my gosh. I feel like emotionally like I'm in like at the end of like in Star Wars. I burst out. Fortitude saves.
Fortitude saves?
I know
From-
I'm bad at
From
that.
how many of them?
For Trey and myself.
Dose. Oh, this is the enervation ray.
Yes.
Okay, they have... Well, actually, they're going to be different, because one of them's frightened one. So let me roll... This die will be Shadow Trey. Okay. So... 31
Okay.
for the reflection of Trey.
It's just a success. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna mess myself up here. If it's anything like me,
Natural 20 for the reflection of Canon.
I'm just...
It's not like you at all.
No, it's not. Really, actually.
It's a good thing you don't have a Bane card.
Hey, remember that thing I said at the beginning of the show? I think it was in the pre-show. I didn't feel like I'd high rolled an encounter in a while. Well...
Every other iteration of myself would get this bless immediately. You know that? Every other timeline except for this one.
You blew it instantly. So a regular
Okay.
success and a critical success.
Well, she's fine. That's... I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Well, it's just persistent, so that's at the end of,
End of their turn.
Yes, thank you.
It's only persistent damage? Okay,
Takes
so
persistent damage.
fair enough.
And see you again.
You fire that off, it rips through them, and then you see this life flickering before you. These horrifying nightmares. Make me a fortitude save from Reflection of Trace Strike.
I don't want to.
Well, you can just, take a 1 if you really want.
Oh, dirty 30.
30-30? You're fine.
Yay.
And that was a
This makes me so...
a hell of a turn. MD! That was one of those I lost track of whose turn it was turns for a minute there, but we've come around to MD.
I'm a little flustered.
Is it possible for me to reposition Cammy?
Yeah.
Just
I'm
grab
willing.
her and move her up
It's an
next to
athletics
Easy.
check to
Yeah.
just yeet her while she's panicking, yeah.
Yeah.
To get
I'll
to-
submit. Does that do anything?
I, in a quick motion,
I'll give you degree of success better than you will.
in a quick motion,
For me, grab it.
I unlatch my shield, toss it into the oasis, and just use that hand and grab Cammy to toss her.
You can use Cammy as a shield.
The 14 on the dice at athletics.
Yeah.
30.
She's yeeted.
Yeah.
Take me away.
So reposition, so 30, so there's definitely going to be a critical success. You can move her up to 10 feet.
So threw me up to my north.
Pull her back behind you.
Yeah.
To the north.
Safety.
Yoink. out of the pile.
And then turn my full attention to me. I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
You don't
I'm
like
gonna
him?
swing at him with a long sword,
Ooh, okay.
very hard. Did that reposition have the attack trait?
It does.
It does. Okay, that's fine.
It's functionally a combat maneuver. Yeah.
30
30 hits.
versus flat-footed.
30 still hits.
Okay. Let me just roll that one.
31.
31. No, it was with.
I know.
And he's not immune to precision.
Sure isn't. Oh, he is. He's made of water.
spooky.
He doesn't have any things to precise.
If
He's
it's
just
spooky,
a smoky
it's
water
immune.
guy. He is immune to precision. He's not immune to crits.
Water.
12.
12. He does resist the slashing damage.
And shields. I don't have a shield raise, so we're just gonna swing at him again.
Just keep at them.
Actually,
Ye olden bab
I want to
minus
push
10.
him.
Push him? Okay.
Yeah, the same
Mess him
same
up.
chance of hitting. Really.
You're
The
embarrassing.
push is 4 DC.
Probably not gonna get it. It's at a -10, so it's a. Oh my god, my math just went out of my head. 22.
22, no. You go to shove it, but you have a similar problem to the weapons. That it's very difficult. It doesn't seem impossible, but there's little solid form for you to grab onto. At the top of the round here, as you come back around to Marius, Weiralai has just been standing, watching.
No.
It is interesting to me to see that not only is your first reaction to strike out, but so too is theirs. You're familiar with reflections left in the dream, yes? We spoke of them when we first met here in this place. They are the basest instinct of self, the imprint left behind by travelers here. This is what you are. Marius. She still doesn't make any move to do anything.
Okay. Maybe get out of the water. So
Are we bad people?
it's gonna take a few questions. How many buffs do I have right now?
You are stoked.
You're
hasted.
stoked, you're hasted,
Encouraged.
your courage is
Encouraged?
inspired.
Does he still have that move thing? No.
No, it's just
So
one.
you have one
Sorry, just
additional
those three.
action you can only use to strike or stride. You have +1 to hit and +3 to damage.
Yes.
Okay. And
Is it plus
this,
four?
what
Still
does
three.
Oh no, it's +4.
What does
It's gone up.
It did go up.
4
yeah.
now to damage.
okay? And what does the +2 striking give me over +1? Is that just
1 more to attack.
one more to attack? Okay.
So here.
When I shot an arrow and it hit the reflection, how much did it slow down? Like,
It's like shooting water. It lost a lot of momentum. The piercing arrow did get through it and just tumbled out the other side, but
okay. Can I see what happens if I shoot water tray toward also water cami?
2 for 1.
Oh my god.
Gonna go for a piercing shot,
Yeah.
sure.
And if necessary, I'll make I'll say I'll aim toward cami if that
Okay.
makes a difference.
You're aiming,
That is
prioritizing Kami. Give me an attack.
And
roll.
I'm going to use Hunter's Aim for this to give me even more attack opportunity.
The numbers they be getting bigger.
Big numbers, please. I want to re-roll that.
Bigger numbers, please.
Yeah, run and shoot. I'll have to look back and see who that was. Bigger number, please. Okay.
Bigger number?
It's a little bit bigger. Okay, that's 12 plus.
You have so much math to do right now, I'm sorry.
19 with courage
Courage.
plus 1 plus. Was there another plus?
I've
one?
got that's for damage.
Hers
Okay.
is just
Look,
damage. You have
all
courage
of these
and your
buffs
buzz
and his
roll
attack
better.
roll is almost as high as mine.
And it's plus.
Now this is
Two.
Pathfinder,
Okay.
Yeah.
baby.
I believe that's 34, and for the purposes of aiming toward the Cami one, I ignore concealed condition.
34 is a regular hit,
Okay.
while the reflection of easy is performing. Because of the reflection of easy's buff, that's just a regular hit.
Okay.
Inspired.
5
It is
plus 4 on the.
Yeah, +4 from her.
Okay, so 9. And I think it's 12.
12.
I think so.
You fire this shot as these two are aligned. Your arrow does hit solidly into Cammy, and with your hunter's aim ignores concealment, right? Not cover. We always get
It's
this wrong.
concealment.
It's concealment, not cover. It shoots past Trey, and as the two of them are just aligned but fighting, it just catches the Cammy. Piercing damage still resisted, but you're going to get most of that with a hit that big.
That was a good shot. Though.
All right. Let's go for a flurry.
More shots, more shots, more
Second
shots.
action.
Second action.
Not great.
Hunter's aim's 2, so third action.
That's an 11 plus 16 for 27.
Hits?
And an 8 plus 13.
Definitely does not hit. You want to just roll your... You got one action left that has to be a shoot or a move. You want to throw that one in there too and just get all the
Shoot.
damage out at once?
18 plus...
It's going to be a regular hit. I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be a regular hit.
Okay.
You're doing it.
Okay, 5... 7... 6... It's 13.
13. Okay.
Plus 8. Plus
Plus
8.
eight.
Okay. So 21.
Woof.
That's the total across the two of them.
Yeah.
All right. Now, unfortunately, we're not
Did
both the
courage
flurry
give,
hits,
does
so they
courage
don't.
give damage?
It's overwritten by her
Oh,
damage
yeah.
because hers is
Right.
bigger. But
bigger
2
than
hits, putting a little bit of damage onto the Cammy here, hurting her a bit as we come back to Trey.
Are we under any current misfortune effects? Like, are these treated
No.
as misfortune?
No.
Okay. Well, it matters for...
Yeah, misfortune's usually stuff that like makes you hero point badly.
Yeah.
Like-
It's not always, but...
Yeah, no, nothing's really affecting you right now. They're just kind of hitting you.
Fair
You're just getting
enough.
whacked.
Well, I figured like maybe the flat-footed aura might be or something like that, so I figured I'd
Oh
just
no,
ask.
they're just happening.
Then I think it's time to focus down the healer.
Kill
You
Cammy.
decided
We're gonna.
Cammy is not in your range right now.
That's not a problem.
And also...
5-foot step.
Thank you, Asane, to
Directly into
for that.
Trey's face.
Hero
Direct,
point.
diagonal. We're stepping up. Swing around him.
Mm-hmm. Step up into his face.
I was curious which of these you would think is the bigger problem.
Definitely the
Seems-
caster,
seems to
because
be
I'm
the
no
healing
longer
one.
flat-footed.
It's because of my muscles, dude.
And
We're gonna tick them off if we just beat up me.
I'm just,
MD's
You've
gonna
seen
get-
what happens
They're
when you
gonna get
focus
better.
Cammy.
He's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let
You think I'm not fighting Cammy?
DM.
the fear effect fall off. I'm not gonna try and
Okay,
put that on again. And a 28 will hit.
Will.
Sorry, 29. And then just attacking again. That's still handed assault because I don't have my shield anymore. Because that thing
It's exploded.
exploded.
Bye.
They slapped it into
And then
tiny fragments.
I will re-roll that too. The reason I asked if there was a misfortune
Yeah.
effect is so I could use that.
You might need it, but not right now. Those are pretty rare.
And
You find
this-
any of those? What are they called? What are those little fey
So
pug wompies?
So if you stub your toe.
23.
Not 23. One good hit.
24.
Oh, no. Not well. 24 would hit were it not for the reflection
Yeah.
of easy.
You're
So-
annoying too, aren't you?
I'm so annoyed.
You guys suck.
Never avoided that many hits. that would have happened to me.
That will be 11 damage.
Ooh, okay. That is gonna get the reflection of Cammy to bloodied. That hit.
I am also bloodied.
That brings us to easy.
Oh yeah, I said I got past half.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, so I do have stunned, right? So
You have 2 actions this turn.
yeah, I look at myself and for 2 seconds I'm just like, this is weird. I'm annoying. I'm just too much self-awareness. It looks like me, but it sounds like a mess. Is that what I sound like? I should just take a hike. But I hope my friends keep consciousness. And I'm going to look to Trey. I'm going to soothe you with my whole turn. And it's going to be level 3.
Level 3, soothe the man. All right.
Let's see.
Give him some healing. 3d10
Maybe
plus
they'll attack me
12.
now.
get him in there. Ooh.
8 and 9. Whoa! That's I'm just gonna add it.
No shame.
37.
Nice math. Yeah, 25 plus. Oh, you already did it?
Yeah.
Okay. 37.
37
I look much better.
health
Yay.
to Trey.
And then you also have to.
You have one. Oh yeah, and you stunned because that's all you got. Good thing you
But you-
lingering to
Oh,
that
you're
composition, huh?
Yeah.
That's-
Also, you
Not
gotta.
one on the sooth check.
Oh,
That.
No, that's
sanity
fine
there
with
for
me.
you.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
The
He
reflection
gets whatever he wants.
of easy
I'd rather it's there than anywhere
steps
else.
back from the actual, leaving a gap as it looks a little concerned. Pulls its hands back, and you hear it saying something, and you feel another weight on your mind. Make me a will save, good sir.
And you know it's bad.
Oh,
Because
man,
CJ
imagine
told
being
us
a
it would be
bard.
bad.
Okay. 17 plus 17 is 34.
34 is absolutely a regular success.
Okay. So stunned again.
No, different spell.
No.
Oh.
Because I can live with that. Lingering
Next
comp is making
spell.
that.
On those things. Is he not hit that yet?
You immediately feel.
Oh, I think I do have that.
I was supposed to say, because I have that in 2
Yeah.
now.
Do you have success to crit on Wilson?
I think he does as a bard at this level.
I'm a rolling these dice. Do I get to do
ASMR.
stuff to
Oh
you?
yeah, I get that for fort saves.
Yeah, I have
What
that on.
is this?
To hold the
I
dice
want
up
this.
to the mic.
You should have it for will.
I know. I think I do.
Huh?
We all should have one at this point.
I don't know what this is.
I will check for you.
My lawyer. What the heck?
My lawyer has
Roll
a
success, you get a
formula.
critical success instead.
You have performer's heart, which
Yes.
makes your successes into critical successes, which means nothing
Oh no, you don't get it.
happens.
No,
No,
she
I
doesn't.
don't.
Not yet.
No, you
You
get
resist
reflex
this one
expertise.
entirely.
Haha! Take that, me.
The reflection of MD here has little to do, but just to relentlessly swing
It's like we know each other.
towards the flesh itself. It's gonna start with, I rolled that into a dice tray. That was unlikely. This one's not frightened or anything. This is gonna start with a 38 to hit.
That's a crit. So I'm going to use this hero point from Scott.
You don't have another one. There's no way you have another one.
Guardian.
Tuck and roll.
No,
After a creature or hazard hits you with a strike, I take the minimum amount of damage and fall prone.
Guardian's deflection. It's not a crit.
Are you next to me? I thought you had
You're
to be
within
just-
10 feet of
You
me.
have to have a
Weapon reach.
no shield.
No, it's weapon.
It's a weapon deflection.
Yep.
Okay,
Because I'm
that's for later.
striking out and countering their attack.
You reach out, 38
Okay,
becomes a
you're really
normal
Finding
hit.
yourself.
38 to 36.
36
27
a
AC
normal
base.
hit.
27 base. I'm flat-footed.
He's
Oh,
flat-footed.
that's right. So it
Yeah.
doesn't. Okay, so
So
I
okay,
can't
minimum
use
damage on that.
Yeah.
It. Yep.
So-
So minimum damage.
16.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
16 damage.
I crit. I see,
Yep.
I see the strike coming. I just go, whoop, sit down on the ground. I'm just sitting on the ground.
You're already flat-footed. Why not?
Why not?
Second swing, angled down at you. It was a 38, 2 lowers at 36, 5 lowers at 31 to hit.
Does not crit.
Regular
That'd be
hit.
scary if that was a crit. Then you'd feel like Cammy.
27 points of negative damage. And finally, one
Nice.
last swing. 2 higher is 33, 5 lower is 28 on the last one.
AC 25. So
He hits with all 3
I
of
am
them
super bloody.
as this thing flurries away. Another 27, extremely consistent. Another 27 points of negative damage.
If you weren't immune to precision damage, you would be dead right now.
Trey's reflection, similarly, little else to do but swing. Still frightened one. He is slightly worse. That's going to be 34 to hit.
Just a hit.
Regular hits. A natural 1 on the second swing.
Almost got me.
Brag about it.
Ooh, and the 7 on the third swing on a minus 10. Absolutely no universe that's landing.
So one hit.
So only
I need to
one.
buy all 3.
One successfully landing. I
I'm
rolled-
not flat-footed.
I also
and I have
rolled
a
way
higher
higher.
Oh, man.
He rolled
None
high.
of those were a 7 on the d20. I'll tell you that right
He
now.
rolled above 10 on all 3 of mine.
23 points of negative damage. And finally,
And he will pay.
he will pay.
He will
Pay the toll.
Pay for that.
Pay the toll of hitting Trey.
Yep.
It's a tray toll.
2d8.
What's this?
9 persistent damage.
Oh, the persistent damage. Right.
Negative. Negative damage.
Negative.
Yes.
His frightened condition falls off, so he doesn't take mine.
The negative
It's
damage
not the end of their turn either.
hits entirely. Does not resist that at all.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
taken all 9 of that.
That's what I need. That's what I need.
That is what they're doing, but also extremely effective against them. We have a very interesting, this is a rarity. This is a fun fact about Pathfinder mechanics. Negative gets past the incorporeal damage reduction, but 99% of the things that have incorporeal are healed by negative damage. This is one of the very few that isn't.
Yep.
So negative gets around it entirely. It's one of the only non-undead incorporeals. Fully bypasses it. Because it's even like magic damage is still negated. Like fire and cold and stuff. You know, a fireball, they get incorporeal resistance, but not negative.
I'm gaming.
You are gaming.
I'm gaming.
Tiny Cammy, also gaming.
Oh gosh.
Also-
so good.
Kind of hurting. She can't step because the water's too deep for her too. So she's just going to scramble back. This shape clambering up onto the sand. It is a move action. So you do get your AOO.
That's a 14, so 35,
35.
36. Plus +1.
36 is a critical hit because Easy's buff just brings you up to what you need
4,
for the
5,
reflection of
7,
Easy's buff.
26
Oh my gosh.
damage and clumsy 1.
All right, this reflection of Cammy is very much hurting, and it's starting to lose shape and kind of scrambling onto the sand as it sort of desperately throws up a hand towards Trey. Make a will save.
Sorry.
Yay!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
What's the critical failure effect?
Roll.
2.
Wait.
Is it
Is
auditory?
it incapacitation?
No.
Okay, never mind.
She's such a gamer.
Yeah, why can't you be like this?
What's the total?
A 15.
No, but
Oh, that's really bad.
That's a 2 on the die.
You feel a flurry of strange,
Does it do
disconcerting.
71 damage?
It doesn't do any damage.
Then I'm fine. I'll handle it.
A flurry of strange, disconcerting impulses flash through your mind. You are confused.
That doesn't change anything. No, that's great.
Real Cammy.
She needs to die.
The only difference on the critical failure is you don't get a save to end it
Yeah.
early. You're eating the whole thing, buddy. It's confused the clock.
I'm going to have fun.
She needs to die. She's gotta go.
She
Tell
is
you what. You just point me in a direction and I'll take my turn as efficiently as possible. How's
the
that sound?
reflection of Cammy is very hurt.
Okay. Okay, first things, are you down?
I'm almost down.
Okay. You got
So,
tilted,
no.
and so I was like, regardless, I'm coming to, okay.
He's down
I'm
like he's
prone.
prone.
I'm laying on the ground.
He is
I'm at the
he is
door.
literally down.
Yes. Okay, okay.
He's at face level.
He's DOS floor.
I'm stressed. There's
is
this
chilling
feels
out,
work.
cool.
I'm 14.
Yeah.
I could help.
I think you should
swimming.
stick to the plan.
I think I got a plan.
All right, hit me with your plan.
All right. So Cammy lands on her bum and kind of dusts herself off. She's like wringing out her overalls as she's in this new part of the puddle and immediately just sort of gripping onto empty instinctively like a toddler. And as soon as he goes down, she's like, oh no, you gotta stay up. You gotta stay up. This is lay on hands, of course. What's it? 24 now, I think. I'm pretty sure it's 24. Or did it go up to 30? It might be 30 now.
30.
It's
Yeah.
30,
Yeah,
yep.
I'm used to all of my old numbers, so it was 3 and that. Yep. Okay. So
And
yes.
plus 2 AC.
That
and
plus 2 AC is big.
that is so important. And as I'm sort of trying to like push you back up to your feet and trying to like lift up your shoulder and get you like, you gotta listen to me. You need to stay up because I can't do this. I'm cackling. With fear. That's for your stoke.
Okay.
And then, as I'm continuing to just sort of panic and like curl down into a ball, I'm trying to like get behind you while you're on the ground. It's not that hard.
You are very small.
I'm like, it needs to stop. And this is Divine Immolation.
By the power of casting 3 spells in 1 turn, Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Brought to you by witches.
Brought to you by a witch.
If she's gonna game, I'm gonna game harder. Okay? It's Divine Immolation. It's a reflex save for all 3.
Absolutely will let you hit all 3 of them. They have kind of sequestered themselves off to one side very cleanly.
Probably
for
just
you.
ignore Shadow easy.
There's no he's in the corner
just ignore.
singing. Just having a good time.
Like an actual fight.
Oh,
All right, reflex saves.
reflex
you say.
saves.
Okay, so there's no more frightened
I'm
condition.
not gonna let her show me up right now. This is
No more
my
frightened.
game.
They're all the
MD
same.
Trey Cammy. Yep, they're all the same. I have good news and I have bad news.
Okay.
Reflection of MD got a 37.
That's about right.
Okay, that's a crit.
Reflection of Trey got a 30.
Success.
He's in.
Reflection of Cammy got a natural 1.
That's right.
Kaboom!
I knew her. I know her intimately. She's dead.
A natural 1, we decided, triggers your bless.
Yeah!
Remember?
Yeah,
Blessed yourself.
we finally got there.
You did it.
Because so many of your things are saves and not attack rolls, we decided if a nat 1 on a damaging spell, you trigger your bless on yourself.
Myself.
This could not have been
you
a better
kidding me?
moment.
So what do we got? Because
Pick,
remember, you get to
remember,
pick.
and you get to pick your instead of going with the one that
I've
matches
been
your
waiting
damage type, you
so-
get to pick the one that you want.
Okay. No. Oh my gosh.
They're powerful.
Blesses can be potent.
Okay, and it'll just be on her.
Well, that some like most of them will just be a thing
Yeah.
on her. Some
Yeah.
of them say different things.
'Cause
Depends on what it says.
A lot of these say the target.
Most
so
of them
that's
are, but sometimes they do things. Sometimes they do things to you.
Okay. I'm just going to choose. It says the bomb or spell. This feels like a bomb.
It's
Deals-
also a spell.
And it's also a spell. Deals an additional 1d8 force damage.
You know what ignores incorporeal?
Ooh.
You get
Force damage.
a 1d8 doubled.
I'll just make the whole thing force damage. Honestly, we'll just ignore her resistance.
She's dead either way.
There's some bad stuff on this card. There's some bad stuff.
Oh.
But
Force
she's
damage.
not going to survive to see these
the whole
conditions.
spell is force damage.
Yeah, just roll. Ignore the D8 since she's vaporized regardless. She's only got like 30 health. Just roll the normal spell. I mean, they take half because they both succeeded, but it's going to be force damage, so it's going to ignore their resistance.
Oh, this
No,
rules.
one's a critical success.
That's true.
Oh, well, okay, it's going to be Trey then. Trey's going to get blasted by this.
Good.
Okay,
It's
here we go.
unresisted.
So anyway, she started
66, this is
blast.
fire, or if spirit would be more detrimental, they'll be taking that. Get in there. That's...
I wonder if in a new...
Oh,
I
get back
should
there.
see. I wonder if remastered incorporeal takes full
Okay.
damage from spirit damage. It would make sense.
That's 14.
But I don't know. I haven't
14.
seen it.
Okay,
14?
14 force damage
Is the half?
is the full. So half of that would be 7 force damage. She's getting double.
28.
So she's getting 28 force
and
damage.
she's getting a D8. Okay, actually do roll a D8.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you actually managed to
You
not
rolled
kill
low
her.
enough?
I
do-
did real. I
D8
rolled
might
really
matter.
low. 2.
4 does make the difference. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
she's
so
dead!
this does blast away this reflection of Cammy. As this water, this fog, this shape disperses into mist. Yellow vapor fading away on an unseen, unfelt breeze in an instant.
I didn't roll this guy.
You were missing 1d6.
I was missing 1d6. That's another 3.
3.
So 6. Oh,
You did it.
I killed her.
You killed her. She's dead.
The wicked old witch.
MD.
Trey hasn't
broke
started
us.
acting weird yet. Alright. No visible signs that something's off. We've seen
He's
confusion before.
probably laughing like a madman, but that's not really out of the ordinary. I guess that's kind of just Trey.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
I would say you would see him kind
Yeah.
of like wobble a bit. Something's clearly wrong with him.
Alright, because we've seen confusion. We've seen this before with slimes. I'm going to, in a quick motion, kip up. So this stand up as a free action.
And that makes it not provoke. Free actions, I'm pretty sure, don't ever provoke.
No, that's the whole point of kip up, is that you stand without
Because
provoking.
you are within reach of the Spectre of Trey.
Cool. And then I'm going to take a 5-foot step to the north between above Spectre and B.
Okay.
That does not make him flat-footed because of me, but he's because of Cammy.
Cammy's there. Cammy's got hands.
So I'll reach cool.
Yeah, but I'm confused. I'm not your ally.
I always think you my ally. Ship it. And then we're gonna just do the thing.
Do that thing.
I'm gonna swing on him.
Step.
An 18 on the die.
Ooh,
Stab.
Plus 20, so
Ooh.
38 versus flat-footed.
that's a crit.
Cool.
No persistence.
Yeah, no persistence.
No precision.
4, 6. So 4, 10, 14, 15, 30 damage.
Still a good. You can still put out some pretty good damage without your precision, which is wild. I mean, I guess that's the power of Ruffian, I suppose.
And he's flat-footed until the start of my next turn.
I mean, he hits exactly as hard as I do on a normal hit.
He does just whack pretty hard.
No, I'm mad.
No,
I'm mad.
Swing it again.
I'm mad.
I'm mad.
Am
Hit
I
him.
mad?
Angry.
I'm mad.
I'm mad. For a total of a 26.
Hits.
For another 11 damage.
Alrighty. And with that, I mean, those 2 hits right there. The Spectre of MD's bloody.
Good.
Marius.
All right, we're gonna try something a little different. It's not gonna be as fun. I'm gonna step up to the MD. The easy one.
I was like, that's
Yeah.
very far.
That
Okay,
one, yeah.
that makes
Big
more
step.
sense. I was like, I saw you had long legs.
And I'm going to use feverish enzymes to bite him.
Oh.
It's time.
He's a Slurpee.
It's an 11
gonna-
for 27.
27 will hit.
All right.
Oh, we have a paradox.
5 damage, but that's negative.
With
Okay,
the 4.
all right, yep.
With the 4.
Oh.
You're still
9.
stoked.
9.
9. The negative does completely ignore their resistance, so he's going to take all of
Oh,
that.
wait. I add strength to the.
The bite attack.
If you're biting, you would
it
add
just
strength.
says 1d6.
You would add.
You add your strength.
Because it's a melee attack.
You
D6.
add-
It's like a weapon. So D6 is the weapon damage, and then you still add your strength to
Yeah.
it.
So you
Oh,
add
okay.
strength, weapon, spec,
So
plus
12.
4.
12 negative.
With
damage.
weapon spec?
Yes.
Oh, then 14.
If
There
you
you go.
weapon spec, do you get that? Yeah, you get that. That's not on.
I'm
your
just
that's
looking
on
at what my
everything,
clan
right?
dagger is.
14.
It's on everything you're trained with, and you're trained with all
14
unarmed
points of damage on this bite,
Oh,
which does entirely ignore the resistance they have from this 4.
And that halves any healing if he receives, if anybody decides to try to heal him, but I don't think we have that many.
Didn't you have one action though?
No, Furious Enzymes is an
Oh, it's-
activity.
Oh, it's 2.
2.
You get. I mean,
He still
14 is
has-
a good hit though. It's a good
Still
bite.
hasted. You're still hasted.
Oh, you have one more action left.
I'm still
Fight
hasted.
him again.
Okay.
You're on top of the world.
Yeah, you have haste for.
Then I'll
7 more
Called
rounds.
Our
I'll
Hero.
take a hunted shot.
You
at
can only
it.
do a regular attack with a hasted action, just a strike. So just attack with your weapon. You can't do any of your special moves. All you can do is just a normal attack.
He
Okay,
could make
I'll
the.
do a regular attack.
Well, no,
at-
you
Well, you
could
can make the
make
stride
the
your
bite
hasted action. Then
or
you can,
the
that's true.
stride.
Yeah, make the stride your hasted action. Use the 100
You
flurry
get to
with your
choose
third
where the
action.
hasted action
Yeah.
is
Okay.
used.
Yeah.
We'll say I
That
did
works.
that.
We're
That works.
confusing him.
Okay.
We forgot. We're confusing him. We'll explain haste
All right.
later.
And
It is
because
kind of
I'm gonna
hard to keep track of.
turn over to the tray because he's my prey still.
Okay. The tray is also pretty hurt. Not
Yeah.
quite bloody, but close.
And I kept on saying flurry, but I meant hunted shot. You know what I mean?
Bang. Oh, is that 20?
It's a
Oh.
it's a pair. There's a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Oh, I saw the 20 on the D10.
Oh my god.
Because you're rolling the percentile die. I can't see what it is because I'm on the edge of the tray. I just saw the 20. I was like, that's a 20. And they're like, you don't seem excited.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Funny.
Yeah. All right.
Trey,
Well, no, that
No, one was a 20.
one of them was a 20.
One
It was,
was
a,
a
it was a
20.
natural 20 and a natural 1. So
All things in
Hunted
balance.
shot?
On the
on-in shot is the 2 shots.
Oh, 100.
2 for 1.
That's why I kept saying
Oh,
flurry.
I keep thinking Hunter Flurry is
Yeah.
You've got it in my head now.
Yeah.
So like, okay, no, okay, so one of
Okay.
them crits.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. And
It
it's,
was a D20.
And it's the other thing. So, okay, so I get the extra D6 of Sonic.
He also
Ooh,
might be
okay.
deaf.
Okay, hold on. Now it's math time.
Got a lot going
Now
on.
we're really gaming.
15 damage on the dice.
Yeah, 15 plus. Do I have a damage and a
Yes.
You have-
bonus?
You
I've
have
got the 4.
Yep.
Plus 4.
Numbers.
I got the weapon spec is that one.
You have so much math.
I assume it doesn't have the deadly that the regular longbow does it?
What are you shooting?
It's deadly.
The
D10.
hunter's anthem.
It's a short bow, right?
It's
a
a
longbow.
longbow.
It's a
Yeah.
longbow,
It's
then it has
deadly D10. So you have another D10
Oh
on top
my
of this.
gosh.
That doesn't double.
That doesn't double. So double.
Do
that.
everything else first, then add that
Times
D10.
2, okay.
Plus 5.
Mathfinder!
Doing so good.
We made calculus the character.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe that's 43 with, I think, 12 of. Wait, does the
Everything-
1d6 of Sonic damage?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That does
Everything.
double.
Everything except the D10 doubles.
Okay.
And the
so
stove,
then that's 43
Everything doubles.
total, but 12 of that is Sonic.
43.
Oh, but he's got to do a DC 24 fortitude.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
and-
He's dead.
No, oh my god.
No, that he wasn't
A
quite
rifle
bloodied. That pops it. The
Oh my
deflection tray is gone.
Gosh.
For even through his resistance,
Looking at
40
Trey
or-
or
Or not Mar-
Of Trey.
easy.
Of,
We never had a Marcus.
No, he hunter shot
Trey.
the
He's
reflection
shooting
of
Trey.
Trey.
Oh, it
Okay.
was Trey?
It
Yeah.
was Trey, because it's his prey.
You just
Yeah, I wasn't
ate.
sure who was being targeted.
the reflection of Trey down there as you're in this fight, just one arrow literally screams past you. This rippling sonic wave pops this mist.
Oh my
a huge
gosh.
There's so much
burst.
math.
You deserve an applause. You just
Trey.
did insane math, dude.
Trey, your opponent is gone.
Point me in a target. I'm confused.
Oh,
you
no!
effectively get to take my
No!
actions.
I have great news for you.
Point
There's
me.
only 2 targets in range.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Uh,
Have you taken damage?
You pick
yet?
one. I'll take my turn as efficiently as I normally would.
You know who it is.
Call it.
Tails.
Oh.
You're hitting Kevin.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's
Yay.
tails.
The target explodes in front of me. All I see is fog and haze. I don't know what's going on. I look back where the arrow came from and lash out. Unfortunately,
You can
I'm
do your attack,
targeting you.
whatever
Yeah.
attack routine you
Yep.
want, but all 3 of your actions are attacking.
that's gonna be.
Uh-oh.
I'm in danger.
I'm thinking.
Do your worst.
I'm thinking dual-handed knockdown.
I'm thinking.
Sure, I'll take dual-handed
Yeah.
knockdown. I'll take it. That's reasonable.
But you're not supposed to be thinking.
So
Dual-handed
the
assault.
Dual-handed assault. That landed in the crack.
Put another tray.
It was a 3. Unfortunate for you. Alrighty, that's a crit.
What's your roll?
18.
Yeah, that's good. That's probably good.
So that's a 39.
A 39
No,
on
that's
the bunga?
Do I still have the +1?
You're not his ally anymore.
Okay.
Well, he thinks you're his ally,
Yeah.
so you do.
Then that's a 40.
If it's happening from 10 feet away, is it a ranged attack?
No, because I have
Please?
10-foot reach.
Please.
A 40 to hit as he whirls
Cool.
around and thrusts out this spear
Is there-
towards EZ.
Can we press F to pay respect?
No warning.
It's only 24 and you're clumsy.
24.
Okay.
Oh, 24. Okay, yeah, that was a
A
big
4 and a 1 on the die.
24 damage and I'm clumsy?
Yes.
Okay, you're clumsy 1.
I rolled very low. On 2d8, I got a 4 and a 1.
24 damage. And you follow that up,
With
wheeling
a
the
knockdown,
spear around with a big overhead swing.
which is a hit, and if the hit hits, I get to trip you for free.
-5.
Not 20.
You're down. You're down.
Crits again.
So good news, these are d6s.
Knock me while I'm down.
All right, so that's 8, 12, 15, 30.
30 points of damage.
And then I get to make a trip
Cool.
attempt with no penalty to it.
There's more.
But wait,
Oh, he's not done.
That's only a 2.
Okay.
So,
Do you have a hero? I'm kidding.
You want to re-roll that?
21. I'm assuming
What's
that
your
does not
reflex
trip you.
A
DC?
trip attack? Oh, yeah, I thought.
Reflex DC.
My reflex DC is 17 plus 17.
Plus 10, so 27.
27.
Okay,
Okay,
the regular
you're fine.
failure.
But wait, I'm
So-
clumsy, but that's not that.
Doesn't
Not
affect.
that much. You get stabbed and just
I died.
absolutely battered by this spear. Taking what 54 damage from Trey's turn
Oh
as
my
he is just
God.
wheeling.
That's
and
a
whirling.
fighter.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Easy. It's now your turn.
Yeah, I went from fine to to not fine to I don't like seeing my own blood. But anyways, I know what to do in these situations. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna be like, I look bad. So do you. Wait, who looks worse at this point? I don't know. I'm just, MD is mostly dead. The leaders, he's bled. But this is just an imitation, but this other one's an imitation. It's a ghostly. This imitation is just ghostly, and it's dead mostly. So oh no, Trey's seeing red. So I'm gonna soothe you with level 3 soothe, because I that's just the last thing I saw before I went down, and also. I'm gonna do that.
I rolled a 13.
Yay.
You got a stress pain.
Hey, oh.
You stress on.
Okay,
rolled
9
a
plus 1 is 10. 10? The other one was so much higher. 10 plus, what is it, 4 for 4 is 12, 22. Okay.
Soothe is just verbal, right?
You got
Yes.
10 on.
Wait.
You can't take reactions. Sorry,
Uh-oh.
confused.
Okay.
You
Okay,
can't-
It is.
What is it?
Somatic.
You can't take reactions. Sorry, confused.
Okay.
You like
Okay.
explicitly.
I'm
can't.
just.
You're
I'm-
not
I'm trying
focused
to be
enough to do
fair.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know what
You
it's
rolled
like.
a 10 on 3 d10s.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
unfortunate.
That's why.
22 health.
I'm not.
That's
That's what
wounded
happens when you knock a
anymore.
man down.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a 25 on 3d10s when he healed me.
That's fair.
So I still have one. Actually, I'm not stunned. And then I go to my little happy place because I've been attacked by my friends before, and I know exactly what it feels and what to do. So I'm going to just hum a nice little tune, focusing hum.
Please stop.
Please stop. Yeah. So you infuse the air of singing hum, blah blah, no distractions. It helps with stupefied. But the important thing is, confused creatures in the area don't attack anyone, including themselves.
So you're now
Including
functionally just stunned.
themselves.
That's
you're just,
fine.
You're just gonna stand there instead. That's honestly a huge upgrade. Stand there versus do 54 damage to your bard. We'll take stand there.
Arcade said in the chat, book 1 moment.
And book 2.
A confused party member absolutely wrecks
Wrecks
Easy.
Oh, I've almost killed a party member while confused as a fighter previously.
I almost
in a
killed a
different
party
campaign.
member while confused as a rogue.
Yep.
Sometimes I just almost
MD.
die.
Like a year. Yeah, it's me.
25 to hit.
25. That's it.
You have a plus 2 AC.
Does not hit.
Play on hand.
Play on hand.
Play on
Gaming.
hands. Gaming.
My AC is 27.
Second 30 to hit.
Hits.
Then 31 to hit.
Hits.
They went up as the
I can see
multiplier stacked because the rolls were more than 5 higher than the previous
I
roll.
want you to know this shadow MD is nothing like the real MD. He's angry at the wrong person.
Well, he's
It
angry.
should
Shadow
be-
MD would
it's-
kill the person who killed Cammy.
It should be that one.
He's angry, and he has 2 hits on you. The first, math time. Please hold.
I've been having a lot of those.
26
This is-
20.
points of
26.
negative damage.
Need to get
That's
tilted.
about 1 soothes worth of hitting. The second,
Good thing we
Whoa.
both.
29 points of negative damage.
All right.
Oh, I
Wasn't a
know.
good
Exactly
idea.
what we both did. Yeah.
I'm consistently really high rolling this damage. The damage is not that high on average. Let me just for reference, because this is funny to me. The average damage is
Like
that would
19.
be, I think 19. Yes. So very high rolling. I roll all these as like 8, 7, 5, 5.
MD's been rolling higher because we hit Ghost Cammy.
You hit ghost. That's how. Oh, that's how it happens.
We knew this would happen.
Ghost easy
I didn't
Has-
do anything.
You hit her.
I'm
thrown
confused.
both of his spells. He's got one more. He's got one more go for it. He's gonna turn to Marius
Bite him.
and
Fight him
throw out a
back.
cast. Maybe a will save, Marius.
Okay.
More confusion.
This is clearly more of a kind of defensive panic reaction to this reflection.
Let's go.
It's a natural 20.
All right, never.
Oh.
Yep, didn't do.
No, Mario
Yay.
isn't having any of this.
Truly unfazed.
You're currently eating him, so it's like
You see
not
the
a-
reflection just reach back and just defensively, blindly kind of panic, swing what looks like vaguely the shape of a violin just kind of at you, like, please leave.
It splashes me a little bit.
27 to hit.
Meets it.
Bonk of the violin.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Technique we haven't seen.
I
His
could do that.
defense mechanism.
Wait,
He's reverting back to his
26 points of negative
Why haven't
damage.
you been doing
Okay.
this?
Does nothing.
Bonk.
Oh,
You are immune to it. You take nothing.
Wait.
You don't take negative damage.
Yeah.
Cammy.
This ain't fair, man. This ain't fair. They're immune to precision. He's immune to negative. I'm getting bullied.
We could literally have just left and he could slowly kill them with his clan dagger and there's nothing they can do about it.
This is like a Divinity original sin
Yep.
moment here.
So we could've-
110% fire resistance. Stay in the lava. Come get some.
Yeah, yeah, when I played Divinity the first time, I walked through lava without realizing I had 100, without realizing it was lava.
The Cammy.
Oh man, dude.
I am at death's door again.
Yeah,
Weird how that happens.
well,
Crazy how nature do that.
it's crazy. Yeah, we both spent our turns healing MD.
Yeah, he spent his turn on
I would
doing
like
it.
to announce a classic for this turn. I'm gonna stoke Marius. I'm gonna look over at my buddy and say, "You better get your butt back in there."
The two
Get up,
MDs,
soldier.
the two MDs are just swinging on each other. One of them has a healer just sitting there. Stoke.
I'm just like rubbing his back. It's like a masseuse, just like, do you like this, baby? Is this good? Is this helping? Take 30 again.
Was it good for you?
One action left.
Let's just, in case, because I do believe that Ghost MD would wreck me for killing myself. So I need to go find real MD. Just as a precaution.
And MD.
Hey, you're not flat-footed anymore.
I forgot. I was gonna mention this at the start of their turn. He's been enfeebled the entire time because I don't have to deal precision damage for that. I just have to hit them while they're
Oh,
off guard.
okay. Well,
But it doesn't matter.
you would have done
2 less.
a little less. Yeah. Well, the bad news is his damage is not
Yeah,
strength
no.
based. It's charisma based,
Yeah,
actually.
it wasn't-
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways,
They're
I'm
made
just-
of dreams.
I'm just gonna swing. So,
Dream damage.
and
The two MDs. Here's the IQ bell curve. Attack, attack, attack. I just attacked 3 times.
what else am I gonna do? Push him forward straight.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Just going
Yeah.
at each other.
What else are you gonna do? Push him towards who?
I want to push him.
Push him.
That's
He's
so
incorporeal.
good.
It doesn't work.
He's incorporeal-ish.
I'm gonna use
Oh.
this reckless charge from chat.
Ish.
Thank you, chat.
Ish.
We're pushing.
Not from the hype train.
From the type train. 17 on the die, so 34 total. To push him.
34 will succeed. You shove him back towards Trey. Are you
Skewer
following?
him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
I
flanked.
now
Push
have
him in.
3 targets.
Push him in.
He's flanked by 2 enemies.
A third target has entered the fray.
Yeah, that does count.
Sure,
as
you don't
flanks.
count him as your ally. You don't need to. You count him as your enemy, so that's flanked.
First attack. Second attack.
I see a 1.
1 was a 3. 18 on the die. Plus 9. 27.
Hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. 11. 12.
12. We come back to the
mean,
top
Trey's
of the
still-
round once more.
Yeah,
As
currently
this
I'm just like a robot. that
Brawl
got his
gets
battery turned
pushed over towards Trey here. MD and Marius fighting, and back over on the side of the Oasis. A very one-sided battle over there.
Okay.
You, Marius, would be the first to notice that, well, these things don't seem to be able to hurt you. And so you kind of look back at the fight, and you notice the water of the Oasis has turned almost completely black at this point. The sands around you are still bright, illuminated by the moon. In some places, the moon hanging so low, so big, so vibrant, it's almost difficult to look at the reflection across the desert. This is your reflection that is disseminated through the whole of this pond. And as you look for a moment, you can see it undulating and writhing. Motion almost like strands, tentacles, fibers waving beneath the surface. As everyone splashes about in this, fighting back and forth, you see it start to manifest around the legs of this reflection of Easy and this reflection of MD, reaching up from the water towards each of them. Climbing like a vine would grow up a wall. And all at once, they whisk upwards, completely subsuming these two figures before ripping them back down into the water. Gone entirely. In a moment, MD, you shove your mirror back and see these black tendrils just yank it under the surface. Gone. So too does the reflection of Easy simply disappear. In an instant, there was nothing. But the five of you standing here injured, Trey is focusing Hum, just kind of reeling, holding his head, not really doing anything. And Weiralai still stood on the shore, simply watching.
I just jump out of the water.
I
onto the
grab
shore.
him
I'm-
and jump out of the water.
I'm technically already out of the water. I'm
You're on
going
the
up
edge.
to the diagonal just a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Where?
The group of you
Grab
quickly
Easy and drag him out of the water.
scramble
Get him.
out from this.
How long does the hum last?
It's
You
I
can
can
keep-
sustain it for a minute.
You can keep
Good.
doing it.
He's still humming.
You-
I just
The
stay
trade is
15
stay
feet
there the entire
close
time.
to
I'm confused. I don't
You
think-
scramble out of the water. Is anyone getting Trey?
I'll
He's-
go
I am
back out and
effectively
grab
stunned
Trey and pull
3
him out of the
every
water.
turn.
I'll
so-
follow you
Functionally, yeah.
because
You pull Trey along with you as Easy makes sure to keep this focusing Hum going. You arrive at the shore, and even after you've left, the ripples of your footfalls in the water don't stop. The one still surface of the oasis writhes, undulates. It's gentle, almost like rain falling on a lake, but with no visible points of origin, no start to these motions where droplets would have hit. The water simply rolls, ripples, and bounces gently. It doesn't move just like water should. The surface is almost writhing. Weiralai still just watches this, as do all of you, before it finally starts to calm. A few moments pass. The oasis returns to what it at first looked like when you arrived. Those of you at its edge looking into the water again, able to simply see your reflections, as you would in any pond, looking back out across the surface with you. I do not think you should be here. I have expressed such, but now more so than ever. Something is coming.
I just realized this is not the first time we've been attacked by reflections.
yeah, we didn't want to get here. We just ended up here.
I think it would be fair to say that a lot of the stuff that we've ended up entangled with, we didn't want.
You have no method by which to leave? No way to return?
Can I try and wake up again?
Sure. Make a will save.
10 on the die would be 26.
Can't wake up.
Doesn't seem to be doing anything. As you open your eyes again, just kind of look around, definitely still here. And I suppose there is nothing left to do but to wait. I find often when I am stymied by a problem, when I have difficulty finding answers to hard questions throughout the cosmos, that given enough time, answers reveal themselves. Knowledge wants to be learned. Information wants to be found. It, in many ways, I find, has a mind of its own. perhaps if you wait long enough, so too will come the answers to your questions. I see no other alternative.
Fair enough.
You gotta heal up anyways, so.
Trey, how you feeling?
What?
Yeah,
I don't want to make him angry.
Oh, he
Kinda
can't.
nudge
He
him.
can't talk.
kind of. You hear?
As the surface of the water clears, and you see that night sky reflected again. Not just the huge moon, but the errant stars of the Dreamlands. The sky above looking like much of this plane, similar to what you would expect. Familiar enough, but different. Not just no constellations you recognize, but the stars seem few and far between. Those bright pinpoints of light you can see multicolored, rather than the white dots you are accustomed to from Galarian. A tapestry using the whole of the rainbow, spread from one distant horizon to the other. It seems somehow sharper in the surface of the water, the colors brighter, more vivid. And as you look around, heal yourselves briefly and wait whatever may come, you don't have to wait long. You think yourselves misjudging at first, seeing things. Every time you look, there seem to be more stars. But then it's faster and faster and faster. You can see them springing to life in this reflection, appearing dozens, hundreds of at a time, so dense that they almost form a fabric themselves. A constellation that starts to take shape before your very eyes. A shape that you have met in the past.
The star thingy.
No.
A creature simply manifests here amongst the oasis. A massive being seemed to be made entirely of material from the night sky above. Constellations given forms of a dark, whirling face, a body, arms almost ending in hands shaped near human. The same massive looming figure you had seen back in the tower at Briarstone Asylum. Whoa. From Oroku-san. It's time once more. The worlds collide in form. Memories long forgotten. The Count took them away. But down below the surface, something giggles and chortles, knowing oh so much more than our party may conspire. A woe upon ye! From the Court of Silks with sadistic glee. This creature arrives. As Weiralai looks, just as taken aback as the rest of you. For the first time, you have seen her with no words. It is here we will take our midstream break.
Okay.
We're going to stand up, stretch our legs, contemplate our potentially brief remaining existence. We met this before. Granted, it was a very long time ago, and it has been briefly encountered since then by one of us in a strange, very different situation. But this is only the second time it has appeared fully intact before all of us. When last we met it, we were third level, maybe?
I think we were
so.
second.
Second? It might have been second or third. It was an impossible, inconceivable foe at the time. You've grown a lot since then. We'll see how much. It's going to be about 10 minutes. Feel free to get some drinks, grab some snacks. If you want, you can check out a couple of our sponsors. This neat map here We're running through the virtual tabletop of Arkenforge so that you do all kinds of fun and exciting lighting effects and cool things that you can see. Eldritch Foundry provides our miniatures. I believe our table cam is still down right now. We're having some computer issues with that. It'll be back soon, and you can see the cool Eldritch Foundry minis again. But what you can see is the sick Norse Foundry dice that get rolled all around the table. All three of those places. Discount code UGT Show.
Wow.
Did you just roll what?
A 2018 roll.
Do that when we're playing the game.
Never.
Discount code UGT Show can get you all kinds of cool stuff on those three platforms. Check them out. But don't go too far. Be right back, everybody.
That's two 20s.
I rolled 9/11.
Never forget.
Welcome back, everybody. As we left, we had warded off the reflections of ourselves here in this strange oasis as the enigmatic Weiralai simply watched. And with the fall of whatever these figures were, stars began to coalesce in the pond, manifesting into a massive being, a celestial creature that we've met once before. And here in the oasis, as we return, the five of you standing around the shores of its once again still waters. Let's briefly reintroduce our players. We'll go the other way this time.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the cool dwarf ranger.
I'm Colby. I play MD, our full-blooded orc rogue.
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the hobgoblin frontline fighter with the pokey stick.
I'm Sully, and I play Cammy, the itty-bitty gnomish witch who is tired and wet.
I'm Kevin. I play EZ, just a regular, normal, average human bard who just thinks this day will never end.
You had been readying to sleep when you'd been transported here. It was the end of a day of research and study. One of the last on the voyage before you finally reached Riverton. And suddenly, here you are. Cast adrift among whatever this is. If it's a dream, it's not like any you've had before. You know how to cross that boundary, how to transcend the material plane, and you know what to expect when you do. None of that is present here. But this place you've seen, Weiralai you've met, all within the Dreamlands. But the last time you saw this being, formed entirely, seemingly of the dark tapestry itself, was back at Briarstone Asylum last time you saw it all together, surely in the waking world. And as you all look at it, Weiralai wordlessly looks up at it. Its hooded gaze turns around the group. What do you do?
Did I see this one too in my dream, or was that a different galaxy figure?
Saw there would have been this same thing. That's the other thing I'm referring to. You did see this briefly in your journey too. You encountered it. Well, this set off your journeys, your years of wandering, your entire second life last time you met this.
I think I'm definitely backing up.
I'm putting myself between it and Cammy.
Mechanically speaking, shields are weapons, right?
If they have a shield boss or shields back on.
So like I can pull a full +2 steel shield with spikes off of my armory bracelet.
Yes, as a weapon.
And then equip it, and now
You have a giant spiked steel shield.
But I can also hit with it.
Yep, I would say you could do that. It's a weapon.
I'm going to do that. And now I'm just at the ready.
First time you try this, you're like, screw it. You have a
Why
giant
not?
spiky rectangle. MD steps in front of you, Cammy. What are you doing?
Just kind of bracing for the attack with every, how long's a turn? 7 seconds, right? I can only do it once per turn. With every couple of seconds that's passing, I'm just stoking. That would be these three if I get 21 seconds, right?
21 seconds.
6 seconds, 3 actions per. You can
Easy.
do it in 6
Oh,
seconds.
I just want to placate this big monster. I'm just going to play a courageous little tune on my violin.
18.
Just hope for the best.
spellcasting, incantations, music from Izzy's violin cuts through this silence. As it looks across the whole of this group, all 5 of you, it doesn't even seem to acknowledge Weiralai's presence. The flow must be maintained. The error shall be corrected. This cannot be allowed. But it doesn't move immediately. It waits. Something Weiralai speaks up and points out directly. Do you recognize this being?
We've met it once before.
That's the star dragon thing we talked about once.
It waits for you. For what? Do you know?
No. It
Not a clue.
rambled on about the same thing.
There was a man in a
So,
in a cell.
a shadowed figure came and let him out.
Shouldn't have.
And then it showed the man grow old and then come back and let a man out of a cell.
When I tried to dissuade you from your path, I feel I had difficulty imparting the magnitude of the forces with which you interfere. That an Aeon itself presents itself to you should help you understand.
What's an Aeon?
Why is it being so strange?
I do not even know how to begin to explain. As you look at it, it's still just kind of looking across the shores and the 5 of you. It gives you a vision, much like it had the first time it arrived back at Briarstone. But this time, you see something completely different. You don't see this man, the cell, the life. You see a town. A town that you only recognize from your nightmares. A town on a shore with a single tower reaching up towards the sky. Full moon hanging heavy overhead. Your viewpoint seems to fly around this town, as if from the eyes of a bird circling the shores. As you see figures whirling in the streets. You're watching time unfold again at an incredible speed, and whatever story is being told here, it's impossible to follow the details. But you see them converge around an obelisk further inland, near the edge of town. A small stone, 4-faced, reaching up maybe 4 or 5 feet high. And as these figures go about their lives, day turns to night, turns to day, turns to night. They return, they converge, they gather at this stone repeatedly, again and again and again. And another on a small island off the coast, and another on a small hill at the very edge of town at the other side. Then you see fire. The town is attacked, destroyed, burnt by something, and for a moment there is nothing. Before new figures emerge, a whirl of activity, of lumber, of stone, of construction, as Thrushmoor is built before your very eyes. And there you are again on the shores of this oasis. Everybody roll me a d20. Not Marius. Everybody else.
Oh.
It's his first time.
3,
16.
16,
18.
18,
7.
7. MD, as you stand defiantly in front of Cammy here, this figure floats down towards you. There are no exceptions. The purity of the stream is imperative to all, the central pinion of all the stars. It reaches down more gently. When first you met this thing in the asylum, it seemed aggressive, it seemed hostile, it seemed angry. If it has emotions, if it has feelings, it does seem more subdued now. It extends these hands almost as an offering. Each of them is nearly as large as your entire body, down towards you. Gently but firmly reaching out. What do you do?
Cammy, back away. I'm gonna reach out through it.
As it
Try to get
reaches,
Cammy away.
you step forward. Its hand turns, and this grasp, not hard, not painful, but firm, wraps around you. All of you see this thing grip MD fully. Roll me 2d20s.
That's the year you're in now.
13 and a 5.
1305.
5:15.
You feel time accelerate. The scene around you, though it's motionless, feels like it's rushing forward so fast you can't even perceive it anymore. You can't even tell for the moment if you're at this oasis as these stars wrap around you. All you can see are constellations, solar systems, galaxies before you. Nobody else can really see much of MD in this grip, but he doesn't seem to resist it. You see hair shoot up out of his head. Months, years
He's Super
of
Saiyan.
growth as his skin starts to age a bit. The edges of his scars starting to wrinkle and wear. And as you watch this, Cammy, you feel Greenie jump off of you. Greenie leaps off and scampers across the ground, closing the distance up towards this thing. And it doesn't even acknowledge the tiny lizard approaching. It doesn't care. But Greenie, as it gets near the hand, gets up on his hind legs and puts both of his little hands up forward. And in a wheel from Hypervol, two things happen. First, everybody gets a hero point.
Oh,
Oh, we found all these cards in the hole.
2 for this side. 3 for this side. 3, I picked up 4. 3, that's 3, right? 3 for that side.
Maybe you should have gotten this one.
Hypervol says,
Make way.
Last stand.
surge of magic.
he says all those things. Oh, sorry.
Spark
I
of
like
courage.
her.
Rampage.
Hypervol says, defeating your inner demons is one of the hardest things anyone can ever do. Achieving this brings clarity and good fortune. The second thing that happens is that you see an energy start to siphon into Greenie's tiny little hands, his little clampers. At first, it looks like he's pulling off a piece of this being, whatever it is.
He's just removing a
This
star.
darkness that is the center of this thing's face, looking like the void of deepest space, looks almost identical to the energy that starts to whirl and coalesce in between his little clampers. But as it starts to flicker and grow from just an inch in front of this tiny lizard to widen, becoming massive in front of him, you can see the ragged edges and whirling energy of a literal black hole. This grows, and this gets the being's attention as it turns and looks down and immediately releases MD, who looks like he's aged about 18 years in the span of seconds in this experience.
I've hit work retirement age.
It works in a particularly long-lived race. 18 years is a lot for you. That hair might be showing a good deal of silver in it. But it turns, and before it can even raise a hand to strike down towards the tiny lizard beneath this giant whirling black hole, everything goes completely silent, like the opposite of a sonic boom. All the sound siphoned out from the area. Even the lights in the sky go dark. And the thing is simply gone. You look down, and just a little lizard is
He's just a
standing
little
there
guy.
on the sand. And he kind of takes a couple of steps, and you can see that his little right arm has turned a different color. It is a off-white, like fine porcelain. And as he staggers, you hear an audible crack as it runs down his hand and shatters. And Greenie falls over.
No.
Hold on, I got you. Come here. It's got to be a 1-to-1, right?
Weiralai, across the oasis here, just still watching all this, looks with complete disbelief. You've never seen such confusion, especially not in the face of a creature that seems to know near everything. Again, wordless.
Do you see why we don't know when to stand down now?
Pick up Greenie.
I gotta get green.
You pick up Greenie. He's alive. Your lizard is still breathing. Down one arm, right about at where his little lizard elbow would be, there is a bit of that same discoloration. And as you look at it, it literally feels like porcelain. There is just a little bit left where the forearm and the little claw shattered, and his scales give way into this perfect fired clay.
Is he okay?
Fine cracks run across it like hairs, almost imperceptible if you weren't looking him over so close. Greenie is asleep, unconscious. It's hard to tell with just a little chameleon in your hands, but he is alive.
Oh my gosh.
Is he okay?
I think he's gonna be okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. On the one hand, he's been through worse, except for I'm not sure that that's really true. I don't know what that was.
That your patron chooses now to reveal herself. She is confident. Why? I am not sure.
The doll. Porcelain. The doll. That makes sense. I'm just gonna sit down in the sand. How do we get out of here?
Nothing that has happened here is anything that I would have guessed or predicted. Your fates and your paths wind in ways I cannot hope to comprehend. I may seem knowledgeable. I have spent much of my life trying, but I do not know everything. I feel, in fact, I know very little in the grand scheme of the cosmos. And as things are concerned with yourselves, even less. I did not lie to you when we met back in your world at your count's estate. I have many questions. Answers I think you may have once had, but not anymore. I do not know. There is weight in that answer. It seems the opposite, an out, but a lack of knowledge, the admission and the understanding of such a gap is knowledge unto itself. I do not know how you return, because I do not know how it is you came to be here. I can only imagine your patron is somehow involved.
Can, can you tell us more about her? We haven't experienced anything like that.
I have only heard tales, studied legends. I have not been to Carcosa myself.
She's in Carcos?
Insofar as such a place may be real. If stories are to be believed, perhaps. But truth be told, I do not know how simple it is to classify Carcosa as a place, so much as here or there.
Sure.
These are answers I, too, seek. Ones I think would help lend a great amount of understanding to the whims of the Yellow King.
I don't understand how I could possibly have a patron that I don't even know or remember knowing.
The same could be said of all in your world who worship the gods, could it not? Do priests of Serenray have personal knowledge of their fiery goddess?
Well, certainly, but at some point they dedicated themselves.
A choice made perhaps to an ideal more than to a figure. Besides, could it not be more possible that Serenray herself takes interest in them? I do not claim to have a great understanding of the religions and worship of your world. It is not an area I have studied extensively. But what experience I have had on your plane, it seems to me to be such. Your gods simply pride themselves on obedience, on practices and piety. It seems somewhat easy to gain their gaze, their admiration, their aid. You must simply ask. Do as they command, and their power is yours. Not all beings are so simple.
Maybe Edelmay made a deal with something.
I do not know.
An idea.
Perhaps somewhere inside you is the answer, but I know not how to get it.
Like our first issue is getting out of here.
Do we even have a clue as to where here really is?
Cammy's dream oasis.
Yeah.
If somewhere inside you is the answer, we're already kind of there.
How did you get out? You've done this before, haven't you? When we woke up from the frozen city, you were left behind.
Done this before is a bit of a stretch. I kind of just went on. I tried to find shelter from the cold and eventually just kind of collapsed and then was woken up. So, maybe if we just tried to go to sleep,
Like, actually go to sleep.
we'd maybe wake up not here.
It's worth a shot.
There's not much else to be done, is there?
Not really.
Go to sleep.
It seems as good an option as any.
Is it just an open desert otherwise?
Just sand. Well, it's certainly worth trying. You tried to wake up and didn't find any success there, but you've not yet tried going to sleep. It seems odd. The sands, even at night in this desert that the air is cool, are strangely warm. It's no substitute for a bed, and the situation itself nearby the oasis strange and unsettling enough that comfort is difficult to find. But with your wounds, with your exhaustion from the day, it would be surprisingly easy to simply lay down and close your eyes. And so you do. It may take time, but eventually, each one of you falls asleep. And so you awaken. To a morning like any other.
In the
In
desert.
your cabin, aboard the Sullen Starling, in your bunks. As if nothing had ever happened.
With her
As
dream
you
items.
Wake up and look around, as is tradition. Reese is a very, very early riser. Legends have been told of those trying to figure out at what time you would need to wake up to be Reese.
You don't.
The answer's never found. But as she sees you all starting to stir, a strange reaction, excitement, and a smile as she flits over quickly, not too easy, but to Cammy's bunk. Huge grin plastered on her face. All right, come on, get up, I'm ready.
I'm so sorry. Give me a second.
How are you not excited about this? How can you even sleep?
Sorry?
Sorry, what?
Excited, just, we're just
Come
gonna-
on, you
Yeah,
teaching.
Yes.
It's
no,
finally working.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, what happened, what happened when, so last night?
We didn't get much opportunity to talk about it, I suppose. Well, not from... Okay, let me tell you what happened from my perspective.
Yeah.
I was so overwhelmed at the moment, I barely had a chance to explain. All right, so when we connected, briefly, I've been working how you told me, focused on just one thing, simplest thing I could find, just the handle on the door to the cabin. Only at the exclusion of all else, only thing I had in mind. Just a simple little metal handle on a wooden door. You said you saw it. So I didn't, truth be told, feel much of anything. But it worked, didn't it? Or you know, just this isn't some kind of an idea of a joke, right? We got it. If you're lying to me about this,
What?
you saw it.
Reese,
I put the thought in your head
Of the door handle.
of the door handle. Yes. What?
Oh my gosh.
I still look like I've aged 16 years.
As she sees you, and immediately her face goes, "What the bloody hell's happened to you?"
I think we need to have a conversation. And I need a haircut.
So much more than just.
You looked like you
door
grew
handle.
10 years of hair overnight.
Basically it.
Wait, what happened? And as you think about how to even begin to explain what you experienced, you feel a strange prick on the back of your neck, Cammy, as Greenie just climbs his way up on your shoulder. A very different feeling now, as he tries to grip with one hand and just kind of scrabbles with the sharp, broken porcelain of his other. What are you telling Reese? Everything?
I don't see why not.
Everything.
Is there any reason to?
Like, we have evidence that it happened between little guy right here and grandpa.
Little guy right there.
Little guy right
Little
there.
guy right there.
Grandpa.
You gather up in one corner of the cabin and catch her up on everything that happened. Reese explains to you that, as far as she could tell, she just thought about a door handle, touched your hands, focused really hard, and then you kind of confusedly said the handle to the cabin, to which cheers were had all around. She'd put a thought in your head, as if the simplest vision imaginable. But she got it. It was late, of course. The celebration was relatively brief before you had all headed to bed like any other night. Absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. You had lived lives none of you were there to experience.
This has happened before.
That's not the first time.
That's not the first time.
Ironically, I don't think we have a handle on the situation.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Did we ever?
No.
Oh my
I-
gosh.
We're just along for the ride.
We need to be more careful with your magic and with what we're doing. It's a little late to be saying that, but
Every time I feel like
You did great.
we're getting somewhere, something terrible happens.
I
Is this
mean,
better?
You're
Is this
doing-
better than the alternative? Just
Whatever you did was certainly effective.
I mean,
it sounds like I almost bloody killed you.
You didn't. That's probably us.
I think
You look like you're 75 years old.
I feel like I'm 175. Oh,
Every time I feel like we're making progress, that I'm starting to get a handle on this.
I-
Twice now, something
I
happens.
truly don't think that this is on you.
it is not.
Given
your
how
fault.
weird things are, it may just be a coincidence.
It was
that
a trigger.
happened while you were doing.
Anything. could
Certainly, I
be
couldn't have
trigger.
sent you to a place I've never seen before, but it started it.
I think that,
I mean,
like with much of what we've experienced since waking up in the basement of the asylum, there are just forces at work that are more in control of the situation than we could ever dream to be.
they don't want to explain a thing to us.
Wait, was Reese not there in
She-
in any of your memories of the Oasis?
She never went to the dream. Malevolence did. Weiralai did. Reese never actually. Cal Lowell's did.
Mm-hmm.
Reese never went to the dreamlands.
Either way, I think. I think
Technically.
she went to the frozen planet with us.
Yeah,
but
she went
Okay, well,
prior,
like
prior.
from the memories you're missing, she
I-
never went to the dreamlands.
I think you were doing a good job, making a lot of progress. We just need to be careful.
I worry about pressing forward with any of this. If I guess it doesn't matter. If anything can trigger something, then it doesn't matter what we do, does it?
What's the
It doesn't
point?
matter what any of us do.
What's the point in faltering? You're not going to make any progress otherwise.
If the triggers are inevitable to happen, either way, it's better that they happen while we're making progress.
It's not like nothing was gained. Even if a lot was lost, it's not as if nothing was gained.
It did. Well, I don't even know if I could really say that it worked. You have no memory of that happening, of going to bed last night, of how excited you specifically were. Like, you were cheering,
I'm still excited for you, Reese. I am.
but you didn't even experience that. Like it's like it happened to a different person. It just happened to be in your body.
Were we?
How can you live two lives at once? How can you be in two places at once?
We kind of just were.
Were we like acting like ourselves the rest of the night?
It wasn't much of the rest of the night, but nothing I picked up on. Everything seemed perfectly normal until we woke up this morning and I saw that.
That's rude.
And whatever happened to your little lizard friend's hand,
Also, rude. He's a cripple.
everything
strong.
seemed
We have to
perfectly
get him
fine.
a little peg.
Gosh, I can't talk about that.
He's a pirate now.
We gotta get him a little hook.
And you feel Greenie kind of struggle his way up on your shoulder
Gosh, that's so sad.
and grab on with his hind legs and literally just puts his little fingers together and reaches out and just gently kind of pats you.
In
Like
my
he's
head,
he's
I-
consoling you.
in my head, I saw him reaching out with the crippled crippled leg and just
Oh, my
His little
like it's
porcelain head
okay.
just kind of hanging there.
Right then.
So, I guess we just keep on keeping on then.
Yeah. Welcome to our life.
take a good hand.
All right, well, I still want to work on this.
There's clearly a well of untapped something going on.
Oh,
I thought it worked. Whatever happened on your end,
do you know what an Aeon is?
like a lot of time, like just like
The
a
thing that's been chasing us is called an Aeon.
It's an actual physical manifestation of probably time.
Probably.
Considering what we've seen, what it's shown us, and
Actually, that might be a good question for us to ask our scholar friends who've definitely been here before.
scholar friends.
Gasa and Rebin are still here. Obviously, you're not very close with them. You have these. There's a reason I specify you have these conversations kind of over off on the side of the cabin, because while they are obviously present, you show them the ritual. You aren't really letting them in, I imagine, on the details of your daily
We're
activities.
just huddled in the corner.
They,
just-
they're kept at a scholarly distance.
Yes, but they are still here. If you were to ask them, these students, they would have little further information. The best they'd be able to offer was that Rebin, specifically, the dwarf, would be able to tell you that theoretically, Aeons are... He wasn't sure if they were Axians or not from the plane of Axis, like Inevitables, but he knew that they were something somewhat similar, that they were just like universal stewards. Like how Pharasma makes sure the River of Souls is always working. Her purview is life and death and rebirth and reincarnation. Aeons are more the unavoidable esoteric laws of the universe. Things like space and time.
So we still don't know what an Aeon is.
Not terribly helpful, no.
Right then.
But hey, who wants to do some research?
You should go about
Research.
That could take a minute before I go to class. I gotta conduct
That's my
myself
favorite part of the
Call-
boat.
Calling sick.
I need a
before I see my
haircut.
students.
It has just been, from everyone else's perspective, one perfectly normal night.
Mm.
I mean,
Literally
by our
down the
It's like
river.
one of those terrible nights where like you know you slept but you can't remember when you fell asleep. Like it feels like you just like it just like capped, like you never slept at all.
Every night.
I've been listening to audiobooks, and I have to remember the time that I started it at when I went to bed,
I
Yeah.
can't do
so
it.
I can go back and restart it. It's been a practice of mental fortitude.
When last we learned, you had finished researching the Ambassador's Heartstone. You had made a good amount of progress on the Greenstone Isle.
Heartstone.
The Webbed Foot and the Captain's Tricorn still remain untouched.
Captain's
Before we get
Tricorn.
into those, you would have, of course, your normal morning. Your routines, as always, washing, eating, readying yourselves. Part of that for Cammy involves communing with Greenie. That's where you get your magic. That's he's literally the font of your spells.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to sit down with him with his broken little porcelain nub
The saddest thing.
and commune. But as you do, it feels different than it ever has before. You've always used him as a font of magic. He is like it's easy to forget with witches. He is where your magic comes from. Greenie is the conduit to which whatever patron is watching over you gives you your spellcraft. Normally, this is just energy. You feel this focus, you feel this power, you feel this connection to you don't know what. But now, you feel a presence. You feel a gaze, watchful, protective. Like that feeling like you're being watched, but it's not uncomfortable, it's the opposite. It's comforting. At the beginning of the stream, Mr. Foxhound, sir, had a woe that I used to buff all of the enemy dreams we fought around the Oasis. Well, he didn't just give us a woe. He also gave us a wheel. He said, let's also increase the rewards for winning the fight while we're at it, because he requested to make the fight harder and give you some more stuff for it. With this new enhanced connection to your patron,
We're level 11.
you have 4 focus points.
Pretty insane.
Is that even legal?
No.
No.
I mean, GM discretion, anything's legal.
I mean, he does make the law.
You're a pirate now. You can do anything.
Oh, I have a new part of my
gosh.
day.
You just fall out of your chair.
It's awesome. Oh my god.
With this enhanced conduit, you physically feel the presence of your patron while you're communing. Whatever it is, they're able to connect more directly with you now. And you're the most raw expressions of their power is your focus magic. What better fit? 4 focus points. How's that for a wheel?
Oh my gosh,
That's
that is
really good.
We've had like 3 woes today, so you can have a big one.
Oh my god, that rules. Oh my gosh, thank you. Maybe this doll ain't so bad, you know? It's probably fine.
You get that, and you got to use your bless.
And you got to use your
good
flash.
Today is a day for sewing.
It's the Soli episode. We should know she did the intro and then she's had all of the energy for the entire stream. It's how it works.
My lizard has defeated a small demigod, probably.
I have a new part of my daily as well.
Okay, well, what's up?
Pull a shield off the bracelet
Just have
until I get a backup shield for when we don't go to the dream. Every day,
That's
new
fair.
steel shield.
So when you pull a shield off the bracelet,
It
it
stays
loses
magical
a lot of
for a
its
minute.
power after a minute. Right.
Yes, but it's just I have a
Okay.
steel shield
Yeah.
now.
Okay. So I guess, yeah, it's not gonna. I guess the spikes are +1 greater striking or whatever.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't
you're
affect
just-
the shield.
You're pulling off these big ol' elaborate kite shields that just happen to reappear every day. So you've always got one at the ready.
Until I can buy a more permanent solution.
So what are we doing today, everybody?
Research.
What are we researching?
Tricorn.
You want to start into Captain's
We
Tricorn?
finished our little Hearthstone.
That's true. That's true. You're looking for new stuff to go after now. The Captain's Tricorn. Webbed Foot would be next in line, but Captain's Tricorn is right after, and it sounds funny.
Exactly.
Looking into this one, you would be digging through Emotions of the Past, The Shadow's Ship, and Voyage of the Rainbow Serpent. You would be using Acrobatics, Crafting, or Thievery are the 3 checks that would help you investigate this one. While
I
we're
can do
here,
2 of those.
the Webbed Foot would have you perusing through Curses of the Black Lake. Men and vultures, denizens of the darkened depths, and shards of sight.
Arcana, Society, Occultism.
Literally all wrong.
Yeah. Worth
Nature,
guessing. Okay.
religion, and survival.
I literally can't help with that at all.
Well, we still got to finish our Lizard Idol.
I can do any of these.
You need to finish your lizard idol.
Yes.
So the idol bros are still trying to finish up the idol.
Idly.
I imagine Cammy's probably still working with Reese,
Yes.
which means
I'm gonna try and
Trey?
really hype her up today because I feel very badly that
Acrobatics.
feels on her.
Sure.
But,
That's the one I can do the best.
I'll
out
be
of all
helping.
6.
Yeah.
he's gonna just do backflips over the book until you
He's gonna
figure it out.
backflip over the book while I'm building a book.
Watch the dwarf do a backflip.
Is this helping?
They're making a Cirque du Soleil act over here.
So
Play
I will be
Simpson
aiding
first.
you.
All right, Green Stone Idols, we'll start with you because this is the big one.
I
Can we do
okay.
it?
No, we can't.
I believe.
Come on.
20.
27.
You aid,
Okay.
+1.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
He
Okay.
hits it with you occultism,
And this
your
is
religion, your diplomacying.
Yeah. Okay, 16 plus 17 is 33. Plus 1. Wait.
What's your base diplomacy?
33 succeeds. Roll me a d8. You, once again, could finish it.
Every day we could finish
You
it.
need this.
Hey, I crit and didn't succeed.
It's an 8.
Yeah!
We did
Did we
it.
finish it? Turns out no. We needed a 9.
You spoiled last session.
Oh yeah, we got some ones.
He came back. He just needed a night to rest.
Yeah.
Kevin the man just needed a week off to recuperate. He comes back in, immediately slaps it out. Strangely refreshed after a night like that. Strangely focused.
The best sleep he's had in
Oh,
weeks.
You're
I gotta
able
sleep outside
to
of-
find the passphrase to the Greenstone Idol, which is what, Kevin?
She's a greenie.
It's greeny.
Greenie's the god.
Greenies are
You-
new god.
You, right?
Learn. You have
Yeah.
two. You have one. You have ostentatiousness to
Oh,
go to the
gosh, that's
Ambassador's
right.
Hearthstone, and you have Greenie
Thank you.
to go to the
You're very
Greenstone Idol. The Heartstone will take you to the city of Dilathleen, and the Idol will take you to the city of Sarnath. The last known location of the Idol of Bokrug. Now, the other two of you working on a fancy hat. Who's assisting who?
I am assisting.
Go ahead. Shoot him for a 20.
Oh yeah, this is much easier for me. It's in the crack again. What's funny because it was a 2 that would have actually failed to succeed.
Much easier than for me.
Okay, I pass.
Plus
That's
one.
plus 1. Okay.
Okay. 15 plus 17 for 32, 33.
33 will pass. Roll me a d8. You guys are getting good at this. You're figuring out how to research.
We know how to read.
We're focused today. We learned that we were literate.
There's a new
One.
energy after defeating like two. Like, the first half was so tense. I feel so relaxed.
Yeah, now you guys are just banging out research. 1 point towards the
We're
captain's
so
tricorn.
close.
Hey,
You're-
the point is, that's progress.
That's progress.
No, the
You're
point is that.
getting somewhere.
Ah.
You're getting somewhere. And that leaves us last, but certainly not least, with the Reese project.
Let's
Give
go.
me.
That's pretty
Project
It's like the
Reese.
Manhattan Project.
Top
but
secret.
I hope
honestly,
it's not like the
it's
Manhattan
more
Project.
dangerous.
Well,
No, it's not.
It's about ended some
That's a
lives.
15 on the die. So, wait a sec. Roll me a total. It's a 34.
34 definitely succeeds. Definitely succeeds. Doesn't quite critically succeed. Focusing on trying to comfort and console Reese here is probably wise. She is again shaken. This time, almost more so, as she is completely unable to imagine what happened. She lived in a literal different reality than the one that you described to her. This is something that just distracts her throughout the entirety of the day, something that she just can't come to terms with. How did the two of you live two completely different lives? How did the two of you live two completely different lives at the same time? Clearly, what happened to you happened. MD is old. Greenie is wounded. You have proof of what you saw. And you have proof that these weren't errant memories of a past time. This happened in the here and now. But Reese knows what happened. She talked to the scholars. They were there. This is the same thing. This isn't some hallucination that backfired into her. That's what everyone else on the ship experienced. Had you never brought it up, no one would ever have known about the adventure that you truly had gone on. And you have no recollection of the rest of the night on the ship.
Sounds like timey-wimey nonsense to me.
But days end,
Jeez.
and you must sleep. You
Must
have
sleep.
one
Let you
more day before the ship reaches Riverton.
We're ready to ditch your son at Rivington.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
One more.
I'm not.
One more day
Oh,
to
no.
research, to learn what you can, to prepare. Hopefully to perform some rituals. Not this night, but the following night. We all doing the same things? Well,
Wait, we don't get
Green
the rituals.
Sonato's done, so you what?
We don't get the ritual tonight.
Do you want a ritual while your
Well,
son's still on the ship? I thought you were
think
waiting
we
until
do.
after Riverton.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're ditching
We're
your
just
son.
straight up waiting.
Yeah.
Hey, you're just kind of riding out
Gotta
the.
No.
ditch your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More research. More research.
All right, so what do you
Same
two?
stuff.
Well, you can do the same ones, but Easy and MD finished theirs.
Same
so
stuff.
Where do you want to go?
Make them keep reading
If-
about the idol.
We plan on. I guess tomorrow I can redo the ritual I did with Cammy.
So you will be pulling up into Riverton. So is it an 8-hour cast?
I don't remember.
I think it's an 8-hour.
It's a full day activity.
It's a full
It's
day
a full day.
activity.
I know it's a
You're
full
not really
day.
going to have a full day.
Yeah.
You do probably want to do that today if you want to have it up.
Yeah. So we gotta take a break from class. Maybe Easy can teach Reese.
You want to do that?
You do.
A substitute teacher.
All right. So then
Sounds
you
like
two
there's
go
only
ahead
a
and give me
little
your
bit.
rolls for the captain's tricorn.
I don't make things worse.
Okay. Oh, that was almost a critical failure.
That was a 1.
Ah, don't roll that. That's not helpful.
I don't make things better.
Just roll. Just you.
I rolled a 3.
that's an 18, so it definitely.
It's better than the last one.
He doesn't need you. Roll
He's
me a
doing all the
d8.
back
I'm here
flips.
building a book. That's all I'm doing.
That's an 8.
Ooh.
Job.
Ooh.
Balanced out the average.
So while he plays with his Tinker Toys in the corner, Marius, this is the
Hey,
one.
my Tonka trunk has a fully functional dump part of the truck. Thank you.
This is the one that makes sense to you. You've helped with some of the research before. You've definitely, this isn't the first time you've contributed. But this one, once you've had a day to kind of figure out what it is you're looking for, is really making sense. You haven't found much for specifics. You haven't found much for detail. But after the previous things that you've researched, you're starting to figure out what you're looking for. The tricorn itself is not about the hat. It's not about the tricorn. It's a symbol of status. Much like the signet ring, or even the yet-to-be-obtained heartstone from a night hag. At a glance, it probably won't be very distinctive from any other tricorn hat. The point is not the object itself. The hat that Lowell sought, in fact, did not have any distinctive markings. He wasn't looking for anything flamboyant or recognizable. He sought a hat from a specific captain that he was confident the Mad Poet would be able to feel the residual energy of the incredibly powerful soul that once wore it. Now, what you don't have are any more specific details yet on who that is. But you have a good framework and you're close. You feel like you're close to a direction. Easy. You, this day, will sit down with Reese and try to teach her what you can about this magic. You decide perhaps some variety is useful.
Yeah.
Cammy's not the only caster in the party. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Diversify a little.
And Reese
She needs a little cheering up, too.
sort of... I don't know about this, really. Not that I don't trust your grasp of magic or anything. I've seen what you can do. No one's going to question your abilities in spellcraft. But this... I don't see the harm, I suppose, in taking a day off if Cammy has other obligations.
Yeah. Maybe like take it a little looser. Mine's is less
Look,
structured.
I appreciate that you want to help with this. I really do. But this has backfired twice now. And the more I learn, the more I feel like I have to improve this, the more Cammy teaches me, the stronger it gets. I am getting better at it. I'm getting more capable, I'm getting more competent. There's more risk. If something goes wrong, I don't know how wrong it'll go, but it's only gonna get stronger. Like, look, don't get me wrong, I like Cammy, but I don't want this to backfire on you. If it's gonna hit someone, let it be her.
You're still on that want to kill her thing?
No, I don't want to kill her. No.
Okay.
But I don't want to kill you more than I don't want to kill her.
Maybe we could do less of the like mind stuff. We can go back to flinging things. I could set up a bunch of target practice. I think there's some.
It's the same. I don't. It's like I can't make a workout reference to you. You've never lived in your life.
Burn.
Well,
It's the same muscle.
okay.
The magic all comes from the same place, and I'm worried. I think what's happening. The problem is the same as the solution. The whole reason I'm able to access any of this is because of whatever is left in my mind from when Millicent nurtured me, right? I had all of her memories, I had all of her experiences, I had her whole life, I had her magic, I had everything. I think that's what's happening. It's not my control, it's not my memories that are causing these problems, but when I connect, medicine comes out again. And I don't know how to be certain I can stop that. So, if you want to help me with that. We don't need to work on any magic today. We don't need to move anything. We don't need to connect. I just need to figure out how to separate myself from her. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because even though she was controlling you, you were still.
It was like I was just watching. Like I was possessed. I was still there. I felt myself doing everything, every exertion, every hit, every stab and slice. I felt all of it. I was still there. Truth be told, I don't even know that she did. She didn't seem to react.
Maybe that's the key. Like, focus on you. You've been focusing on Cammy and your one-to-ones. And Melisande had that connection with Cammy, and that might have awoken Melisande. If you just focus on how you felt in that moment, and maybe how, I don't know, it changed you or affected, like, just change the focus.
Focus on the feeling?
Feeling what you felt. You're part of the experience, not what she did to you. Or, I don't know.
What does that feeling have to do with magic?
And then that's all of my thing. When I feel scared, I make my friends not.
This seems like a tack that's worth trying to help Reese with. Your magic is hugely different from Cammy's magic. You cast in completely different ways. She channels space magic out of a funny lizard. You sing good.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I raise spirits and make people feel scared.
Oh, don't you worry. One of these days, I'm going to take over the training sessions as well.
Because
It's just an occultism check.
just wait until MD sits down with her. Just get
He
and
sits
get
down.
mad.
Trey sits down, puts on his spectacles, opens the book, and gets knee deep into ley line theory. It's like
Trey's actually a wizard.
hobgoblins do have that intelligence bonus after all, like, and it's easy to forget.
I have intelligence 16. Thank you. I took that bonus and ran with it.
He is very smart. This side of the table has so much intelligence. Except
Intelligence 16. No. Intelligence 16, charisma 14. Intelligence 18, charisma 14.
Yeah, EQ 19. IQ 10.
IQ 10.
This is the brains. This is the bronze, and also him. You're exactly in the middle of the Venn diagram.
I'm the
It's
balance.
Radiant.
He's intelligence 12.
Well, to be fair, everything
Whoa.
pays
He's
its
smarter than me.
Yeah.
What's his
Still not a lot.
charisma?
everything pays its
8.
dividends. Wisdom 8.
Look, Mario's ain't a very likable dude. Okay, it's like
I don't have any
You
eights
saw
on my
me try to talk with that girl.
who is still here, by the way.
God, yeah, we
I
are.
was-
Let's figure out what we're doing today.
Roll me your friggin' check. Give me your occultism check.
Marius
for
was
In the
thinking
crack.
about her when he did it, when he rolled that 8 for the research.
Off the
Motivation.
backboard.
What is happening?
What's going on over there?
So he rolled it into the crack, and then he rolled it and bounced it off of the flashcards like it was a basketball goal, and just off the table. And then Sully went to hand it back to him and threw it at him, and it fell again while he was in the middle of rolling the other dice and
we get there,
almost
though?
threw it off the table.
Yeah, and it's not great. So. I need
All this.
me clear up, refocus. How do I? Because I know how to do, but how to teach is different. So thank you, Hypervolt, for using last
As a
name.
bard, once upon a time, you would have been taught your magic is not innate. You learned this like at school. Bards and wizards, they're the two that like go to school and learn magic.
It's
Like
Bard homeschool.
What I learned in boarding school.
you just don't remember bard school.
When it's my turn to teach her, I'm just going to tell her
One
about
time
Tonka
at
trucks.
Bard School.
One time at bard camp.
Okay. It's okay.
It's
Wait.
okay.
10 plus 15 is 25. Average. It's an average day. It's first lesson.
Oh.
Can I aid?
Researching.
But it'd be funny.
25.
Building Tonka trucks.
One day
Yeah.
you'll get your doctorate, son.
25. You know it's the
He's not tenured.
fails.
He's not tenured.
It
He's not
fails. You try, but yeah, you. Cammy's magic is innate. It just happens. He just feels it. You learned this at one point, but you don't remember these lessons. You just know how to do it. You're like it's like you really try, but Reese's not very receptive right now. She doesn't want to take these risks. She really doesn't.
I get it.
And you just don't get anywhere.
I'm not
Which
a great teacher.
leaves a ritual
A ritual.
And the
that I
research.
believe you're doing.
You already did the research.
Well, you
Shh,
did
I
your
want to get
research.
double.
You already did the research. You don't get the
You're
double
trying to
dip.
pull an all-nighter and
Yeah.
cram.
Which leaves a ritual. Two of you have done this twice before now.
Twice now.
So, while far from mundane, you at least are familiar with the process, how it goes, how you need to think, what you need to do.
Are we sure that we want to do it with? This is kind of awkward.
With everyone watching.
Well, oh,
Everybody turn
I
around.
meant your kid.
No, our ritual.
Yeah,
You-
that.
Oh, not dream ritual.
I
our
thought you were
ritual.
queuing up the other ritual.
No.
I was like, I don't want to.
She wasn't paying attention when I said that earlier.
No, you two need to do your
yeah, you
Yeah,
two gotta
protection
do
ritual.
That's right.
Yeah.
the you take less damage ritual.
Yes,
But
no,
I
I
take
do
more
want to do
damage
this.
ritual.
The friendship ritual.
The friendship ritual.
What's the secondary check?
It is, I think,
Do diplomacy.
diplomacy. It's 22 to pass it.
Give me your check there.
It's a
Kimmy?
22 to pass it.
22.
It's a 13 on the die, so that's going to be 26.
He succeeds, holds up her into the bargain, passes it back to you.
Kind of a solemn ritual this go around. Not a lot of words are spoken. It's been said before. 19 on the die. Plus 18 total for a
37?
37 will critically pass. As this ritual
Ritual.
progresses, we've done it before. We felt the connection before, we felt the magic before. And the events from last night kind of cemented a lot of feelings. And just knowing how it flows between us, this magic's even stronger. Instead of lasting a week, it lasts for a month.
Oh my god.
Ooh. This is gonna last the rest of the voyage to Cassomir.
This is what he's been fishing for, was the crit success.
Yeah.
You two are linked for, well, an incredible amount of time. The third time's the charm.
Could be the rest of your lives.
Could be the rest
Could
of
be the
my
rest of your
life.
lives. So could a week. Anything's possible. With that, a little further research. Another day comes to a close. When you awaken the following morning, Riverton, somewhere on the horizon. You know you'll arrive today sometime late in the morning. You don't really have time to get deep into research or anything unless you want to forego the town entirely. But as you wake up and start to get ready, your daily average morning preparations, you hear the handle of the cabin door kind of gruffly wrenched, and the door just cast wide open as the sun streams in, and an oddly shaped, gray-skinned head, with a lot of piercings, just leans in through the door. Big old grin on his face. Hey, Dad! You got a moment to talk before we part ways?
Yeah.
Perfect! Got some things I'm kind of curious about.
Certainly. Let's talk.
It's here. We will end today's episode of
What?
Strange Aeons.
I've been that time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and
after
over.
6.
Ooh, and over.
We're late.
We spent
6:05.
so much time just to get back to the boat.
Yeah.
It wasn't even for
You know when we took the break, right?
Did it feel like a strange Aeon today?
Yes.
It was like 4:50.
We've made it to Riverton. And next week, we won't be here. Unfortunately, the new
Timing.
Strange Aeons schedule we have here is 2 on, 1 off. So next week is the 1 off. We'll be gone for the 20th. Back here on the 27th, says math probably. Back here on the 27th with another episode of Strange Aeons. As we arrive in Riverton to restock. Well, get a moment to not be on the boat. It's kind of a rarity on our 2-month voyage down to Sullen River. And to part ways with our new friends. New friends. Daldron and his crew.
No friend of mine.
You will have to get off the boat, actually, because the boat needs to be hauled up into the dry dock so that it can be separated from the other boat that's very soundly affixed onto the hull. The whole reason that you have been stuck with these pirates on board.
That's his job. That's his
Oh my
job.
god.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your support. The ridiculous amount. I don't even know how many wheels and woes we had today. It's like 1 billion. We kept just going. There was two wheels. We had
2 wheels.
2 wheels?
so we started the fight with a woe
yes.
from last week.
From last week.
A second woe made it worse.
Then 2
Woe for Spaceman, wheel for focus points, and then wheel for
and
nuclear
hero
greenie
points
bomb.
all the way around.
and hero points all
And
the
the
way on
hype
the table.
train.
And a hype train.
And the hype train.
I got to talk to Corey about the hype train thing because I really like that idea.
That was
Arcadis had a
adorable.
banger of an idea. If you weren't here for it, whenever we get a hype train here on the channel, when it's over, whatever level it was at, I'm going to give that many hero points out to the table. Just to whoever I feel like, or whoever rolls the highest, or whatever. So there's a new way that we can get some hero points out for the fellas just by supporting us directly here at the UGT show. And if you want to support us in a different way, you can check out either Patreon or Ko-fi. We're on either. It's $5 a month. Either one is the only tier of support that we have over there. That gets you access to the post show we're about to record. Because we make post shows. This chair's way squeakier than it used to be.
Yeah.
We make post shows for every one of our live play adventures that we go through. We got Secrets Between the Stars post shows. We got Old Abomination Vaults post shows. We got Strange Aeons post shows. For right now, it's all of those. We're looking to add some more content to in the future. Your support helps us keep doing this. Helps us keep getting cool things to add to our show. More shows to add to our roster. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, everybody. Stay safe.
Do you know why it's called a dry dock?
Stay sane. I'll have to fight really hard for that with whatever Drip's about to say when the camera turns off.
Because they drain the water.